One.
Yeah, so if you want me to do the color, you just gotta get me some crayons and I'm in.
You want the Crayola 100 pack? Yeah.
Yeah, but like, are there
Oh shit!
100 unique
Hey
color?
guys! Hi! Welcome to the Low Budget LCS. I'm Popoba discussing coloring with fellow administrator, the Mighty Fool, and joined by the effervescent Dutch Krampus.
Hello, hello.
Why you talk real nice about him, but then it's like I'm just the crayon guy.
Because I do you want me to say it?
No, and you know what? No, actually, I'm okay.
All right.
Come on, you know
When
deep
you
down,
compliment me,
want
it
to
makes
be
me
the
really
great guy.
uncomfortable. Yeah, that's true too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I can't help it. I am what I am.
This cast
Question
will be
still
a
stands.
group project only made by crayons, and that's the expectations everyone should set forth.
Yeah, just don't make me do another one of those diorama things. I hated those things, man. Are there 100 unique colors in a 100 pack of Crayola crayons? I need to know.
Yeah, there are.
so.
They actually, so there's actually a new, fun fact about crayon, or crayon, if depends on where you're from, as far as that pronunciation goes. But they have a new blue. There's a new blue out.
Is it like the blue that looks like gold if you look at it with like someone else's
No.
eyeballs?
I don't think so. It's actually it's based off of a new color, a new pigment of blue that was discovered recently in a lab, and there's a new pigment of blue that's been created. For those who don't know, colors, there can be new colors. Kind of crazy. New pigments, at least.
Isn't
And,
there like a company that owns the rights to the names of the colors on the like digitalized color wheels? And like the designations, like the numbering scheme for them.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. There's also like some copyright on the darkest black, and
Yeah,
so
there is.
someone made someone made the
Fanta
pinkest
black?
pink to fight back.
Oh yeah, this was good. I saw this.
Yeah.
Now, I do hate to interrupt our wonderful conversation, but we do in fact have a pick band going. Can y'all see the link there? Do you
Oh
need me to
yeah,
send it?
perfect. Wait, you mean we're
I
not
actually-
just here to talk
yeah.
about crayons and colors and?
I mean, that's our
I just
primary goal, right?
I don't like that one company has a monopoly on all colors, you know? I think that bothers me.
Capitalism is bothersome.
Turns out
But do you know what isn't bothersome? Drafting with pro comps.
Hell
it's
yeah.
not. It's not
It's
bothersome.
actually really fun.
It's actually so good.
It like tells you why you're dumb, and then you think about it, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, that was
Yeah.
probably suboptimal.
It's like when your mom tells you something and then you realize they were probably right, and you're like, yeah, mom.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're seeing a lot of bot lane bans coming through here. Samira off the table, Nami off the table, and Jinx off the table. What are
Yeah.
y'all thinking?
I hate Jinx, man. It's like this crutch that like teams can have for late game, and you can beat them up, but if the Jinx comes online, it's just game over eventually. Is that a
Yeah.
no ban? Is that intended?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. There's nothing in the chat for it. We do see Shen coming in though. How do you feel with the B1 Shen? You think it's a hot enough priority pick?
It makes me uncomfortable because I don't think it's flexible.
It's not flexible, but it is very generally good. Like, he doesn't need to win lane to have impact. He just needs to hit 6.
I think it gives away a lot as far as like how you want to play the game, because you're like just like pulling out that cross map player early. I mean, you know, if you're pulling out Shen early though, you're probably pretty comfortable in the champion. It might be something that they just like are comfortable blinding. It also can possibly be a contested pick. We do see like Lulu in response, which makes me think we might see another hyper carry, even though Jinx was banned.
Yeah, I wonder what they'll actually be looking for here.
Alright.
Zeri is still like around, I guess.
Low tier gods is the left, correct?
It looks like Victory is the blue side.
Victory is blue side.
Yeah,
Wait.
from the
Yes.
link I have.
I'm bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They did pick a low tier god. They got the Volley Bear.
They
Oh,
do have
shit.
the Lily Bear. which I think is great. I think Volibear is like such a strong champ right now. It's very like, easy to play. You can flex it between jungle and top too, which is nice.
Kind of underrated, I think, actually.
Yeah,
Definitely,
I think it's really good.
I think slightly stronger in top lane than in jungle.
Agreed.
But I think he's a bit underrated. Yeah. Karma gonna be picked up. How do I feel about this? I don't know. I don't have an opinion yet.
Karma,
Yeah, it kind of depends what it's paired with.
technically flexible. I've seen mid karmas do well, especially if you have something in the jungle.
Okay. Technically, it's a three-way flex because you can play a top. I have done it.
Well, but we
I
already
don't see
the
the Shen support. Yeah, it's not.
Shen support is a possible
I
angle,
like
but
Trundle
unlikely.
into Volibear, though, because if you're talking about things that can duel Volibear, Trundle is certainly one of them.
You just always like Trundle, be honest.
Okay, yeah, sue me.
He's
All
a
right.
Trundle main, guys. Like, they just picked 3 support champs, by the way.
Hang on.
Any one of those 3 could be support.
Do y'all see that in the
Put
chat?
out there. Oh, what's that?
We have some truth dropping in the chat. Little Robot Man hitting us.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And I like the consistency. This has been a few streams in a row. Highlighted
He's-
message, Little Robot Man. LeChance licks toes.
He's
Wow,
been
they
here.
are low tier gods pulling out Volibear and Ornn here. They are actually just taking all the low tier gods.
That
I like the commitment to the bit. It's nice.
Yeah, I was suspecting it when I saw that the captain had a Ornn, like cartoon Ornn for his profile picture, but yeah,
Now we
I'd love
know.
to see it.
I think Ornn's a great pickup. I mean, now they can slot in. I would love to see another hyper carry because they have the Lulu Ornn. Really good late game scaling. I think Volibear in the jungle is pretty fine.
Tons of setup and CC for
I think
whoever.
the Gangplank ban is kind of weird to see. I don't know if that's like a Gangplank mid ban or if I'm not really sure what's going on there. But
Yeah, that is odd.
I have not done the scouting. Teams in the LBLCS pretty often are good at scouting, so they must have a reason.
I like the
Unless-
Vayne ban, considering they need a hyper carry with this comp so far.
Yes, but I'm thinking things like a Twitch, a Zeri,
Yeah, Zeri makes a lot of sense
a
to me right now.
Yasuo even if you're trying to go spicy.
You gotta go range though. I think it's like full melee, you know.
I think you've got to have a ranged carry, but Ornn Yasuo ult is a disgusting combination. Caitlyn's pretty
They're
good.
opting in for the Caitlyn.
Dislike.
It's not as hyper carry as I would want with this comp. It is I
Yeah.
think good, and especially because if you're playing to comfort, I think I prioritize comfort over necessarily having the best comp.
Agreed. Yeah. I also, as far as like Lulu Caitlyn, like that's not like Caitlyn like does super well when you pair her with someone that has a lot of CC that can kind of just bully lane with you. So I'm not sure if I love like the Lulu Caitlyn lane, but yeah, like you're saying, it probably is just comfort champs, which ultimately is gonna like fare better than just picking for draft or picking for a comp.
The issue here as well is that this isn't that potent of a lane duo, and now I don't even think they're winning lane into Lucian Karma.
I agree. I think Lucian Karma like wins that lane.
I would say so.
I think an interesting thing with what they've done so far. Oh, brand middle.
It could be Karma mid brand support.
It could
Potentially,
be.
yeah,
The flex here is interesting. Yeah.
definitely a flex.
Anivia. Okay, I kind of like this.
I like the Anivia a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say the range for victory is actually fairly low, and so something like Anivia controlling those zones in front of the Caitlyn,
And also,
you have all this front line. It's like it could be pretty strong.
Isn't Anivia another low tier god?
Oh,
Yes.
like a even lower tier almost. But yeah.
Also, like the objective control with like Caitlyn and Anivia, like that. There's a lot of zone control.
Yeah, their front to back and siege is actually super good.
Yeah. I
They've
think
got
like
the turning off the turrets and all that. Like,
off the bat, I think I really like what low tier gods like. Despite not being the biggest fan of Lulu Caitlyn as a lane, I think like overall like front to back comp wise, like their objective control is gonna be really good. I mean they on the opposite side like Victory does have like some X factors like with the Shen. I mean the like Shen can really turn some fights in the mid game and just kind of be all over the map. They also do have some really like They do have brand, which in economy or really in any league can turn games, and like brand is one of those like explosive champions that can just blow open team fights or like blow open a lane and just be unkillable. They don't have the biggest front line necessarily for him to hide behind, which I think sometimes as a brand, someone who plays brand occasionally, like it does help when you have a lot of people that can kind of keep others away from you. So we'll see if it pays off for them. I'm really curious about the brand karma like flexes though. I'm not sure where they'll be going, if it's going to be the brand mid or the karma.
I would expect brand mid, especially since the matchup isn't bad. Like you might flex that off if you end up like with a really ugly mid matchup, but Anivia should be okay.
I just want to let you all know that we do in fact now have the Schmeckel betting open. The casino has been primed, and we're ready. We're ready to redistribute some wealth.
I just forgot to do game 2 yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm sorry,
Listen,
chat.
sometimes it happens.
It does, yeah. It happens a lot to me, I think, which not gonna say it's my fault because obviously it's not.
Yeah.
But...
You could never be at fault for anything. You're the mighty fool.
Correct.
Not true. It's a lie.
You sus.
You think he's not the
I've
mighty
seen him
fool?
wrong so many times.
Wait, what do you mean, man?
Also,
by the way, you guys have to pronounce my name Pop O Boa now.
I'm just gonna call you Pops.
Boa.
That's what I feel like. That's what I usually default
Cooney
to.
spent their hard-earned channel points for this, okay? And we like Cooney, so
I do like Cooney. Okay, Papo Boa.
yeah, it's the LeChance pronunciation. It's their comfort.
I'll go with it. I'll go
Kinda
with it.
with the Papo Boa. Circling back though to blue, just real quick to follow up for anyone wondering, the new color blue, I did look it up. It's called Yemen blue.
Oh,
So, if
was
anyone
it
out there
discovered
is
in
looking
Yemen?
No. I don't know why it's called that.
They probably just ran out of
It's
words.
Yinmin. Maybe not Yemen. It's Yinmin blue.
They're just making up words.
It's spelled very strange. It has multiple capital letters within the name. It's confusing.
Yeah, they need to have a weird name so no one else can have the name, so that they can own the name.
Scientists are strange. They name things what they want. Yeah.
I kind of like a lot of the time. I don't like when they pick another tank into a trundle, but I kind of like it here because now they're gonna still have a tank even after trundle goes down. So they've got the Volibear and the Ornn.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really hate the Ornn Volibear combo. I kind of like it, if anything. Even though they do have the trundle to counter it a little bit. I just think that's just going to be really hard to like get into Caitlyn and Anivia when you have just that front line.
Now
and then you have the Lulu ulti.
We are yet again being controlled by Cooney, and I have to now tell you that it's not pronounced Papo Boa, it's actually pronounced Pop Boa, because that's how LeChance says it, and so that's the real pronunciation. It doesn't matter my intention, or how I choose to pronounce it because I came up with it. No, LeChance is God. All hail LeChance. So that's how we.
I'm pretty sure it's Papo Boa.
It's Pop Boa. Come on.
No, it's Papa Boa.
It's pop, like soda pop. Boa.
Papa Boa.
Boa constrictor.
Papa Boa, like that. Papa Boa. Say it again.
Pop
Papa
boa.
Boa.
Pop boa.
Papa Boa.
Pop boa.
It's kind of Italian. I'm like Papa Boa.
And pop boa. Mwah.
Yeah, you getting it?
Science is too high IQ for me, Lust4 says. Agreed. Also
Yeah,
pointing out the
science
fact
is for
that
some people.
Brand is in fact a low-tier god champ. Really just
And in the mid lane.
vying.
Did you guys already cover that? I was doing producer.
No. We just kind of glossed over that one.
Nice.
We said it's in the mid lane because that's what makes sense, and then it ended up being there. So we're right, and that's great. But it's not surprising.
No, that's not that surprising.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, Dutch and I, we get on that vibe, that wavelength, and then we know. We just know.
We just know.
By God, Kumi,
I mean-
do you mean LeChance? Because if that's your statement, I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't believe in the chance, to be honest.
Whoa. Well, man's on vacation.
I've never seen him. He can't be
Yeah,
real.
yeah. Yesterday I think I said I like everything about LeChance except for his personality. So, I'm digging at him because he's not here. He can't complain.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Hey, I liked Orgo, Kenny, JJ. Orgo's a good class.
What's that?
Organic chemistry.
Is that real? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Mm.
Chemistry.
We
of
study
carbon.
like organic stuff.
You study the chemistry of carbon-containing molecules and their reactions.
Yeah, sounds fake. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty fake. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
By the way, I have to ask: do either of you guys have NVIDIA or AMD graphics cards?
Nvidia.
Same.
Okay. Do you know if your drivers are up to date?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, cool. I think I got it right then. The casters are currently in order of NVIDIA driver version number because it was something I was doing to Shane Buggle because he couldn't stream because he messed up his NVIDIA drivers.
Nice. Okay.
So I just want to make sure we're in the correct order.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
So
that's
wait, are
completely
you and me at the same level and then Dutch after, or what happened?
I'm above you just because that feels right, and then
Ah.
Dutch is below.
Yeah, I mean, unless there was like a driver update in the last couple of days, I think I'm good.
Cool. Sounds like a plan, my man. As we do have another 34 seconds to go here. Here's my prediction. Wait, actually, this is interesting. Have you talked about how the team with I Vayne Any Lane banned the Vayne?
No, that is interesting. I think the name is more about like the feeling of playing Vayne and not so much the champion.
Do you think Brand
That's my theory.
has the feeling of playing Vayne?
No, I think that I Vayne Any Lane feels like they're playing Vayne every game, no matter what champion they're on.
I like that interpretation.
Yeah, I just came up with it. I'm super smart.
Very smart. Smartest gamer I know, to be honest.
Are you saying that just to like butter me up, or do you mean it? Do you mean it?
I mean it. Like, you're very intelligent, Mighty.
That's like the nicest thing I think anyone said to me, and it's making me really uncomfortable.
If you want to make Mighty uncomfortable, give him compliments.
Really don't like those. Hate them.
Uh-huh. All right.
Honestly.
Skin game. Who's winning the skin game? Hit me with it.
I think blue side wins skin game.
Why is that?
Officer Caitlyn.
Cop?
They're red
Cop
side.
skin.
There.
Yeah, I know.
Red side.
Bad.
Oh, cop skin bad.
It's like if Droxers was in the game, he would go that skin, and it's
Droxers would go
upsetting to
that
me.
skin. I do like Pool Party Lulu.
Are y'all having the vision bug?
Yeah, but I'm like spam clicking right now. Spam clicking, man. Spamming.
Hopefully you can hear me doing this.
I can.
We can.
Did you get a new chair, by the way?
No.
Like in the last year?
No.
Because it squeaks less.
It really? I think
You
it's
just
squeaking
sit less?
more.
I haven't heard it squeak in like a while. Maybe I've toned it out. Maybe like I'm like subconsciously not hearing it, you know? By the way, is the count around or?
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
I'm all
20, 21.
You good, Dutch?
Goodbye.
Oh, I'm
Dutch.
good.
Are you synchronized?
No.
29, 30, 31,
No, we're having
32,
technical difficulties from my end.
33, 34.
We'll get there eventually.
All right, we'll bring the count back.
Maybe the
Okay, I shall
drivers
take a
weren't.
pic.
Maybe the drivers weren't updated. We'll see.
Uh-oh.
I mean, Riot servers have been a little scuffed.
So what's your bug? Is
It
it
says
like,
I have a I get vision bug.
oh, it's
bad.
black screen? Can you click your time controls? Did you click your
Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Caster
111?
is good.
1, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Perfect.
Goodbye, my friend.
Okay.
Perfect. We're in it.
What a good
We're in
guy.
it.
He's a little weird though, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but can you blame him? He had brunch with Buggle.
Yeah.
I love how like spectator almost always every season it's a new
It's a new flavor of
issue.
bugs, yeah. I've had brunch with Buggle, just saying.
Damn.
Wasn't great.
Couldn't be me. Was it at a Denny's?
No.
Oh,
Couldn't
come
find a
on,
Denny's.
dude. You gotta
Listen.
do it at the Denny's.
We went out into the middle of nowhere and just for brunch. And it was really weird. He
I'll say
insisted.
though, that brand skin is pretty cool.
Arclight? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like
Pretty good
it.
one.
I think Arclight Vel'Koz's abilities are really hard to see.
Yeah, I don't like any of the Arclight skins. They all bother me.
In a competitive sense or in a visual sense?
I won't say why.
Okay. I respect it.
Fair.
Okay, we have level 2 up on the bot
Ooh,
lane. They're going to
season
go forward. Gonna
aggression.
land
That's
the
so much damage.
Double 2. That's a ton of damage coming through, but Silence is going to get the heal burned, keeping them barely alive. And we get some taunt going up onto D3 Monic Sombra on the top
Volley
lane.
bear though.
Zen quit.
And down.
Coming from behind, Domination and DJ Sona gonna have to get out of there. They've got their eyes on the Karma. Polymorph into the Skyfall. Heal gonna keep them alive. Science going very low. First blood gonna be claimed by the Lulu, but retaliation will be given. Domination picking up his counterpart in the bot lane. But now we have a taunt to the top side. As apparently we're gonna go up there, and Demonic Sombra is getting taken kind of low. No, those empowered Shen autos are hitting. Shen does max HP with those. Cutting him towards the turret, but now we go back to the river where Zenquid is looking to find Domination 2-3-4-0, but now Fallen Warrior has come to assist Zenquid going forward, but he's going to be taken down. Now Domination gets ignited by the Anivia, but the Anivia might go down. Does have the egg passive. We'll see what the Lulu can do to keep her alive through this. There goes the egg. Lulu's running away. That's most likely going to be a dead bird.
The gods are dropping left and right.
Wow. If
Holy-
there's ever a game to practice your casting on, this is the one because it's getting bloody quick.
That
We're
was
only 3
that was
minutes
a
and 30
3-minute fight, yeah.
seconds.
It's unreal
into
for a
this
3-minute
game.
fight.
I was told this would be a banger, and I have to say, my scouts, you did get.
Yeah,
This
can't
is
be
a
disappointed so
certified
far.
banger.
Oh, misses.
Oh, misses the taunt, but the Brittle Proc no longer there means that, it's just kind of an even fight. A lot of noodling going on up here.
Yeah,
Love
this
the
is what we
noodles.
this is what we play top lane for, my mans. You gotta noodle around, you know.
DJ Sona, look at that good karma poke.
Wait, DJ Sona's bot lane now,
Yeah,
or support. Didn't that used to be a mid laner?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure.
You love to see the
Listen.
Trundle get in the kills, though. I mean, that's really going to be your carry this game.
I'm gonna be
Oh.
ill if you keep this up.
No, I mean, I think he's genuinely good here because he can kill. Oh,
Uh-oh. I think you might be right though, but I think
can you smell him?
Volibear getting the kills
Forward
might
and
also be good.
Just
Oh, it went to D3 Monic Sombra.
Yeah.
Wow, getting work done though. Yeah, both these junglers just playing pretty aggressively, responding very quickly. I mean, that's the nice thing about Volibear though. I will say is like your early game, like if you're ganking, like you're just gonna do some damage, and just jungle clears so fast too.
Yeah. Now, we were talking about the potential weakness of this bot lane here. They're going to have to potentially walk up to get this CS. Domination perhaps going a bit far forward. Because they're just looking for the damage, but Trundle cannot find a road in there, so he's just going to walk out.
Yeah, I like that he's hovering there, but there's really nothing to get.
Yeah,
So
the
maybe
wave
just go
state
clear top side.
wasn't quite in their favor there.
Yeah, but getting the dragon, when you have Cryo bot, what do? Take objectives.
Yeah,
Like this move. This is really, really smart.
pretty good on
Gonna need
Fallen.
some help though. Getting pretty low.
Yep, Fallen XW Warrior X, sorry. Summoning up the team, probably yelling at voice comms.
Yeah, guys, the dragon's fucking
No!
killing me,
I
bro.
don't have smite!
The real advantage of Karma is just giving your jungler the shield so that they can finish off the dragon.
Ooh,
Just in case you end up
nice.
casting one of my games, that is what I say when I'm doing dragon. That's
Yeah.
exactly how I sound.
Oh, that's right, you're a jungler now. I forgot.
Yeah, it's gross. Hate it.
What? Don't say that about my people, okay?
But I'm one of you now. I'm allowed.
Nobody wants to jungle. Come on.
I want to
don't
jungle.
know.
I will firmly go on the record as being saying I like jungling. I want to jungle.
If they'll let me play Karthus every game, I'll do it. I don't
Ooh,
care.
Lily Reaper going to be taking quite low. Lucian with the burst damage coming through. Pretty clean with it. Now Demonic Summer going forward. Going to get taunted up there. But now Vayne going to look for the kill. No, a Nivea passive means the fireball goes through.
See, this is what I mean by playing Vayne when you're not playing Vayne.
Okay, Horn comes out. That's a lot of damage. Brittle Proc is going to pick it up. Zenquit looking for the damage, but they're just getting burned down. And now Fallen X Warrior X just going to provide the support needed to get this wave in mid.
Wow,
I like that you go for every
spice.
letter in the name. You don't just ignore them.
I think I was casting a game last season, and there was someone's name was like a ton of letters. Like, it was a name and then a bunch of letters, and I said it every single time, and I was really, really proud of myself. And so I'm just doing it from here on out. Like, it's just
You joined after my buddy Letters left, but he was literally just a random string of letters, and everyone just called him Letters.
That's very good.
It was like XMPQ or something. I only remember that it was like Kara at the end, and that's what people in college called him.
Nice. Love to see it.
Yeah. Well, this bot lane is kind of playing out how we thought it would. I mean, obviously we have seen some bot lane intervention from both sides here, but I do like the aggression coming out of like Lucian Karma. I think it's really important to play this lane in an aggressive way just to get those early dragons. They have like pretty much perma prio, and now Lulu does not have flash.
Dash. Here comes the pillar. Ultimate burn is going to be stealing the resistances, but the flash from Ornn means he is going to be safe.
Yeah, and I like these respectful flashes coming out.
Yeah.
Bot lane and top now. Honestly, I think their scaling is very, very good. Probably got the edge there. So if they can keep this close into the late game, they'll be doing pretty well.
Ornn items, you have to imagine, will give you a bit of an advantage. Vayne perhaps going up a little bit too far. Here comes the wall. Gonna go incredibly low, Archangel lean, but here comes the flash. Zenquit gonna do some damage, and the bird is gonna look to find a kill, but here comes the ultimate. Gonna be very low, gonna die, but not before he can deliver the package. And Anivia gonna walk forward, try and get the damage down, save their buddy Zenquit, but Zenquit critically gonna get that shield. Flash forward, stun, not quite underneath the turret range, but will run away, and they're gonna get out with it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. The Shen ultimate was coming in there a little later than what they needed, but probably got that pretty recently. So
that timing as well was super tight. It was like barely showing up instead of just like they die and you don't get the port off.
Yeah, and it was able to get there. Was not able to get the kills. It's unfortunate for that Shen who is trying to look for those plays. Now going down in lane, but playing Shen, you can go down in lane and still be pretty high impact. So
yeah, 9 CS not the worst. The 2 kills probably going to hurt a little bit more, as we can take a peek at the goal.
Yeah, Ornn is just going to get online and be a lot more problematic. I mean, Ornn's not one of those champions that like gets the early gold and then is necessarily just gonna like outright murder you, but it definitely hurts, does a lot of damage, and then just being like having those tank items early is just gonna allow those dragon fights to really like go in favor, and he'll be a big frontliner and very difficult to kill.
Oh, we do have a gank look.
Okay, here comes Zenquit, but they're gonna be able to spot that one out with the pink and back off.
Yeah, Karma is just able to provide a lot of utility in this lane. They can manage to play aggressive and still be able to get out scot-free.
Maybe a big stun here.
Okay, lots of burn damage coming through on Archangeline, but they do have the passive back up. And now Vayne any lane is going to get eaten by the gods.
And I'm telling you, if you're playing Vayne, that's exactly how you would play it. That right there.
Ooh, that was a big
huge damage.
Calling coming through. Silence, respect flashing. Love to see it.
Yeah, and I totally agree with what you were saying earlier, Dutch, that they have to play that bot lane aggressively, because if you give Caitlyn the space, she's going to outrange you and it's going to matter.
Yeah.
But the way they've been playing it, just poking and dealing damage, is definitely working out.
Lots of damage
like this fight in the top lane.
Here comes Zenquit. Not quite going to land. The Ornn going wide. Here comes the Skyfall. Stun is going to land. Shen not quite able to live through it.
And Zenquit, what are we calling him?
I like Zenquit.
Zenquit sounds cool. I'm gonna go with that, yeah. Definitely putting in a ton of work. Gonna get answered on the bot side with the dragon, but it's just a cloud. Who cares?
Jason the Hole is going to
Hex
take
rate
Dominator
can be
2,400. 2,340, my apologies. Very low. Archangeline also going to be in the back end, though. Ooh. Now, Ivane and Enuline going to go forward, going to find that brand passive silence, kiting away, not to do more damage to their support. Will that matter? Not enough damage when you go through those Karma Shields just coming in clutch. Wild Growth,
yeah, I mean, to the point of making cross-map plays, like, sure, it is just a Cloud Drake, but they are now up to 2 dragons. And I do like that they, you know, saw top lane was going to go one way and just immediately went for that second Drake. It's really important to make cross-map plays, like, when you're playing League, and just, you know, not let the other team take stuff for free without getting something back. So I think the early Drake, you know, is not a bad pickup at all.
Definitely, and where we're talking about the other team potentially having better scaling, if they can put pressure by having that soul point objective earlier in the game, it's going to matter a lot more because they'll deny that time from the other team.
Now,
yeah, exactly.
My bottom right says it's going to be another Cloud Drake, but that's impossible. So is this going to be Hex Drake?
It's a Hex Drake, yeah. That's a bug with Hex Drake where they don't have an icon for the overlay.
Like,
I don't know how they messed it up.
It might be that they removed Chemtech and they were like,
they actually, Riot Games doesn't have the budget for it, so...
right, they're a small indie company. You know, I forget with how popular the game is that they you know, still manage to
you would think that they would be able to do stuff like that, but it's not possible.
Yeah,
they spent all their money on Legends of Runeterra, bro. It's like, gotta be.
Well, we see 2 coming in here on the bot lane. Fallen Warrior with a good pillar can keep them zoned for now.
Yeah, it looks like they're just looking for a little skirmish on the spot side. Probably going to look to get the mid priority and then maybe set that up. But still hanging around.
Trundle has to be holding on to a lot of gold here. Because all he has in his inventory, as far as I can see, is a Tiamat, a long sword,
holding 4,300 gold. No, I'm kidding. It's only 2,000.
You need to back, bro.
Still.
It's a lot, yeah.
It's a big back.
I mean, he could get Caulfield's Warhammer plus Sheed, and that would be really big for Trundle, but he's going to go forward here instead. Going to get one chomp on the Zenquit. Zenquit going to go critically low, using that body barrel to get out of here. Culling, though, landing on the Lily Reaper. Lily Reaper forced to flash away. Now going forward, one is going to be found by the Lucian, but now we look in the mid lane. Ivane and Enuline going to do a lot of burn damage. But Archangeline going to try and return the favor. Silence now going to be put on the back foot, and they will be silenced as they fall. And D3 Sombra gets the solo kill.
3 separate fights going on across the map. Yeah, I think with Lucian just like having that Kraken Slayer finish, it's not the time you want to fight them. Just Lucian Karma able to like come in and just do tons of damage there. As we saw multiple plays coming across the map. I do really like how aggressive Brand continues to play. You kind of like have to play that way as Brand, I think. You know, you're going to make mistakes along the way, but like looking for those kills I think is really smart. I mean, the faster Brand is able to get online with some big items, the bigger the damage is going to be in those team fights, because Brand is known for just dishing out insane amounts of damage when people group up together.
Yeah, definitely looking for those mid-game item spikes and then just absolutely dominate the team fights. And it looks like the mythic item will be completed along with a 4-stack Darkseal, so not looking bad. Also getting the boots, that's a huge, huge power spike if they look to fight on the next dragon. Going to be about a minute away.
Absolutely huge. Those are 2 items that are just so essential to Brand's kit, and just the Liandry's is really important, and just having those completed boots like allows you to deal all the magic damage you want to do. I am getting a little concerned for this Ornn though. If I were the Shen, I would be getting a little scared with that tower now down. If Ornn gets to this fight, it could be
lots of damage stun going through Ivane, and then they forced to flash out. Now they find the stun illusion. That's a ton of damage coming from Volibear. He is not tank Volibear. He is damaged. He finds 1. He finds 2, critically healing himself off of the W, but he does fall. Fallen Warrior X. But he is going to get taken down, as well as the rest of the team is there to back them up.
A really, really big team fight there, and Brand didn't manage to get much off before going down there as a huge Volibear ultimate just absolutely wrecks 3 people at once.
Yeah, the volley ultimate followed in by Ornn coming in there. able to dish out a lot of damage while offering that, just super reliable CC for his team. As they look towards this next Drake, I do not think that they will be able to contest it.
Oh, they're looking for it.
But we will see.
Brand, Lucian, Karma coming here on the flank. D3 Monic Sombra might actually be in a little bit of trouble. Here comes Ivane any lane. Gonna try and get out of there, but won't be able to go over the wall. Does not have flash to get over here, so is forced to run, but he is going to burn down. Culling manages to find a return kill, and now they're going up behind. They know some of them have low health bars, so there comes out the ultimate. That's going to squishify the bear, and he is going to fall, picking up the pelt. Lily Reaper going to be the next on the back end. They don't have a tower in the bot lane to save them. Archangeline likely just going to go down. They're putting their focus on the silence. A good flash to keep them alive. They're going to try and trade one back, but they can't quite manage to... No, they do! The burn is just enough, but Anivia will not be safe in her eggshell. And a triple kill goes over to Fallen X Warrior X.
So this is going to sound weird because they got aced. But picking up that dragon is pretty important, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was that bad.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't look great.
The shutdown from the Ornn is going to really help out that Lucian, get some more items on his back. But yeah, I think that dragon's really important because if they had gotten to blue side had gotten to 3 Drakes, it means the next one they have to fight.
Okay,
now they have
the Ornn. Lucian going to be found by that, stunned up, and good night. The low-tier god brothers managed to find a kill.
Dude, you gotta love economy.
That was fun.
These two teams, man, are just like absolutely going at it. I love the aggression coming out here. It really does still feel like this game could go either way. I mean, both sides, I do see angles for them to just pick up the dub, as we do see this Rift Herald going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might see a little bit of a skirmish around this Rift Herald as Shen Ultimate's not quite available, but the ulti going down from the brand.
Yep. Not gonna do enough here though. Oh, Zenquick gonna look for it. Volibear going up. Stun is gonna be found. Knockup is good, and the low tier gods find another pick.
I was just a little too close from the brand walking on it.
I respect the look. I respect the idea, but unfortunately, just a little bit of an overstay there. As we look to see what happens next over here. I don't know if they can push in this mid lane, but they might start sieging. I mean, they do have Ornn and Caitlyn.
And Herald.
Really good
Nivea,
siege,
so I think their siege is probably fine if they choose to do so.
I think they want to avoid split into the Shen as well. So just Doom pushing when they've got a pick, not the worst idea. They do have really bad lanes for top and bot though, and it would be good to go and especially fix that bot lane, get some farm.
Yeah. Now, there is this 3,000 gold advantage for the side of victory. Even though it feels like the last several fights they have been on the back foot, other than the dragon fight where the team was already low.
They need to have this. I think it's playing what their strategy should be doing, and that's a good look for them. I think they just need to clean it up a little bit around this next dragon. Secret.
You went a little robot there, which means you probably went a little robot for the stream.
Yeah, so they're doing a great job having that gold lead. It's definitely what they need to do, but they need to make sure to secure the next dragon as well because the win con is the win con is not having a slight gold advantage against a better scaling team. It's forcing fights on dragons while they have that advantage.
Trundle ping that his R was ready. We're about to see a skirmish going to go through. Pillar not going to be used just quite yet as he's looking to get ahead of him. There goes the ultimate, draining all of those statistics. Domination, 2,340 going to go up there and find them. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, the other side pulls the trigger. Ace in the hole going to do some damage, but Zenquick just going to be able to pick that one up on the back end.
Just cross map plays happening here, but this might be an angle to look for an early tower on the bot side.
If they have to make this, okay, they choose to go for it. They're going to look
They
to trade
don't have
Baron.
a wave.
Anivia might be able to hold this, actually, just solo.
Yeah, Anivia, very, very good at wave clear. Fallen X, Warrior X, not quite going to be able to tank that one up for as long as they might want. They're probably going to have to dive the Anivia if they want to continue the siege here. If not, they're most likely just going to be giving up the Baron. A good wall from Anivia, keeping herself safe, kiting it out. Baron at half health now, but Dragon is also spawning in 48 seconds, so the low-tier gods have to play this very carefully. They're not taking the Baron too quickly, and I wonder what this means for Soul.
I think this is okay. They have time. But the problem is they're going to have to go to Dragon. They don't get a reset here.
Interesting Ornn TP there, but I do like how Arclight went down to the bot lane and was able to clear those waves. Anivia is just absurd wave clear. They were not able to get anything off of that, so I think it's a big win. You get the Baron, they don't get the tower. They do.
They're
They
not
are going to be a
prepped for
little.
Dragon.
Yeah, they're a little bit late for Dragon.
Both sides are. It looks like they might actually make it in time here.
He's going a bit aggressive when his team isn't there. There goes
His
the
ultimate.
pillar stun up. Going to be found an ultimate use
Nice
to get
pick.
outside. Culling not quite going to connect. Fallen X, Warrior X going to be the target for the Shen ulti. Submarine
this
in
is
here,
so
but
good.
here comes the Ornn Horn along with the Ace in the Hole. Domination, 2,340, going to be able to tank that one up. But here comes the rest of the team. In goes the Ornn. He is unstoppable, but he is taunted up and he is taken down. But the health bars are going critically low on the side of victory. Zenquit now going to be kiting out in and around this choke as they are taking quite a bit of damage. But they do have 2 for 1. They are going to look to gain control over this pit.
Nivea puts in so much work in that position. It's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, DJ Sony, you might be in trouble. Archangeline just going to spot them out here. They are stunned up and they are icicled to death.
Icicles of death.
Yeah, for a minute there, I thought Zen was a little too early on the trigger, but it ended up being totally fine as his team did come in and are just doing a lot of damage on that Anivia. The Ornn, forcing out some flashes and them to back off.
The
That
heroic
fight did look pretty
commitment.
close. Yeah, the heroic E forward as Ornn just soaks up all the damage so his backline can do what they need to do.
I think what Zenquit did there was understanding that you have that unstoppable Volibear ult to just get out of jail free, you know?
Yep.
Comboed with the flash, able to escape over the walls. And it's a little risky because you don't have an easy way back onto the dragon. But if you lure the enemy team into that choke for your teammates, you can get a good fight out of it.
Yeah, which is exactly what happened. So, well done, well played. We're gonna see, if it pays off. It's now 2-2 on the front of the Dragons, and the gold is looking pretty even. So I think this is now a do or die on this next Drake. We'll see what inevitably happens before then, as Shen does push out top lane, Anivia responding bottom. I expect there's going to be another skirmish before Dragon. I don't see either of these teams just farming.
These teams are, they're going to go for it.
There's no way that there's not a fight over something absurd.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad for victory yet either. They definitely do have the ability to win these fights still, and even into like the next Dragon fight, and maybe the one after that. Just because they have these really strong.
Here's a huge flank. Zenquit going to look for TJ Sona. They're going to be stunned up and most certainly taken out with the headshot there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we have D3 Monic Sombra in a fight with TTVX ZYST Gaming. Ace in the Hole just going to go down bot.
You went for that whole thing, huh?
Yeah. Should I call them
impressive.
XZYST Gaming or Zixt Gaming?
I like Zixt.
Yeah, I kind of like the sixth.
This exist. That's what it's exist.
Exist, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a super edgy way of doing it, but I think that is
Yeah,
what it is.
it's like an early 2000s Xbox Live gamer tag.
Yeah. It's the vibe. It's a
sick, I
vintage
like it.
gaming vibe.
Yeah. Is that vintage now? How old am I, dude?
I think it
What?
would count.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the vintage vibe, man.
I don't like that.
It's okay. We're ancient.
Making Mighty feel old is part of the job.
It's happening too often now.
I can't
man.
remember. I might be older than Mighty. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not that. I'm like 5.
Well, see, so what happened earlier was actually the whole voice issue with the robot. That was actually Mighty just turning off his robot voice. He's actually just a 1,000-year-old robot.
Fallen Warrior gonna look for Lily Reaper here. Are gonna find a fair amount of damage. Lily Reaper committing the flash over the wall. Just gonna play it safe. Good initiative from the Trundle.
Yeah, I mean they've got a lot of control on the map. They've had really good like lane pressure, so they're able to control the vision a little more easily, and that allows for some cheeky invades.
Yeah. We're gonna take this blue buff away here, but Volibear is on the flank. Lucian and Brand not quite gonna be able to get in here. He's looking over the wall with his ultimate. There he goes. Yep, not quite going to be able to find the damage there. There comes the Brand ult, and that's going to do a ton. Meanwhile, we have the fight in the top lane, and I don't think you win this. TTV Exist is going to taunt him up, but it won't matter.
Pretty sure Exist wins those when he gets the Titanic Hydra.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think Exist wins those for direct. I think the only way Exist wins those is if you went the I believe you can go Sunderer and then
I've seen Bork,
Mashers
which is like a weird idea.
Yeah, well, so I think the idea is that Shen's like empowered autos do % health. So there was like a weird way you can combo items to do like 110% health, so you could hypothetically 100 to 0 any champion.
I feel like that's going to be capped somewhere so that it's not allowed to do 100%.
Well, you have to get off 2 rotations. So you have to like get 2 uses of what I think the Q is what gives him the empowered autos.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless of the build, the problem now. Well, we'll see. We'll see if the comment is
going forward. Zenquit going to be able to soak up a ton of that damage. Now, Fallen Warrior going to take so much damage from the Anivia. Zenquit looking over the wall. Ivane, any lane, going to get snowballed and icicled. Archangeline doing so much in these chokes, looking to put up that ultimate. Stun not quite going to land. TTV Exist Gaming. Teleport coming out for the Orange. They're going to look to secure this, their 3rd Hextech Drake.
Yeah, and this is big trouble for Victory. If they can't pick this dragon up, they're going to be put against Soul Point, and that's their win con. That's what they want to see for their side. So.
Yeah, and LTG is just playing these fights really, really well in the jungle, like looking for those choke points. I do like how Zen's just been like pretty consistently playing aggressive, but then being able to juggle for his team and just setting up optimal spots for them to play. I mean, that was a 4v5, if I'm not wrong, and they still managed to come out ahead and pick up that dragon even without the Ornn TP. And I mean, part of the comment I wanted to make earlier is that, I mean, part of the problem right now that Shen's going to have is that you can't really actually split push into the Ornn because Ornn is just outright killing the Shen. So it's like when Ornn has TP up and is able to respond, it looks really, really tough. If you're on the side of Victory.
Nullify that advantage of having the Shen port.
Yeah, I mean, Ornn's teleport is currently down, so it's like right at this current moment.
I mean, any lane going to be in a little bit of trouble.
But
Stun, not quite going to land though. They're going to be able to get out. I thought that was going to be.
Fallen Warrior being a little ambitious again. I think he's fine.
Now we get to play my favorite game, Mighty. What is the upgraded version of Divine Sunderer called?
Deicide.
Yes, it is. Which is, I believe, a very apt name for an item on the low tier gods team. I mean, it'd be better if it was against them, but
yeah, that's true. Maybe it will be next game. I mean, Ornn is definitely a contested pick for most teams. So.
And now, how about that Leandris?
It's not Anguish anymore. It's Lament.
Yeah.
Anguish was like the like special game mode item, I think.
I thought Leandri's Anguish was the base version. Like
you might be right. Yeah,
the version you just buy.
I think it's available still in a special game mode. That's what I'm thinking of.
Look for the cheese here, but I don't know if they're gonna find anything.
Nope, Vision still around there for the side of the low tier gods. Now, I am surprised they only have about a few thousand gold lead here.
Yeah, it's not a huge gold lead. I mean, I think it's still enough that it helps, and also just Ornn items are very beneficial now.
Yeah, there's a lot of extra value. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, not what you want to happen if you're on the side of a Victory.
Zenquit just gonna be looking for it as there goes the Shirellia. Is gonna be a fast bear ulting over the wall. They're gonna flash over to dodge. Good pillar to keep them away. That's going to pretty effectively nullify the Volley Bear ultimate, but
it's so tough to get into these choke points.
Anivia low on
mana, they have
though.
a serious range issue now. The Anivia just kind of has the same range as all characters on Victory.
Yeah.
So nobody can get past it.
Baron will be started up here.
I don't think they can contest it, but they might try.
Trundle might look for the sneaky
still
steal.
down.
Does have the subjugate. There goes the Ornhorn. Now they're going to go forward. Uses it up on D3 Monic Sombra there. They might be able to find a kill. Not quite as the Baron Dasher goes down. Well played base defense from Archangeline and D3 Monic Sombra.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If this game goes to the side of LTG, I would consider, Anivia and Ornn both possible bans here because these 2 picks are just like showing up really, really big, and they're playing these choke points like really well. I mean, I know we've said it a couple times here, but it's just remarkable like how effectively they're able to play around those points and know to not let them come into areas where they can have the space to move. Just like the Anivia stuns are clutch and just dishing out tons of damage.
I think for draft options, you have a lot of ways to like pick against Anivia, but the Ornn is such a oppressive like lane option as well that I think either taking that away or banning definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
But if they want to play this close range style, Anivia hard counters it, so it's definitely an idea.
Damage being countered to X, Fallen Warrior X. They're going to go forward. Subjugate can be used, but he is just going to go down. Does deliver. TTV exists. Gaming into the backline, though. Zenquist taking quite a bit of damage here from Domination, 2,340, but he's going to get stunned and insta-pop by the rest of the team. Now TTV exists, looking for the stun. Is going to get it, but they're just going to heal, and it's a triple kill for Silence. Perhaps a quadra kill with the ace in the hole. Ivane any lane looking for the response on the bot lane, but the bird has some health, and they are going to resurrect. Maybe before burning down is gonna just be a trade of gods.
Trade. Yeah, dude, that volley bear though, like god tier mode with just so many shields, so much healing, that was insane.
It's a very big bear, very large bear.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, I love how Ivane any lane plays, like exactly how the name suggests. Just goes to side lane and 1v1s.
Absolutely. Like. Yeah, really not afraid to just like go for the kills there. Not backing down, even though it's looking harder and harder to win this game.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna take a little bit of a throw, I think.
Yeah.
To really get a back in
like,
this for
I could see a really good Brand Ultimate doing it, but Hextech Soul is almost certainly going to go down here unless TTV exists can find the mother of all steals, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
I don't think Brand even has enough damage. He doesn't even have like a void or anything.
Yeah, I think it's possible a Brand ulti could turn a fight, but at this point, it's just so hard. I mean, they're now at the point where their scaling is coming in. They do have the soul. They've been getting all the major objectives and playing these fights really well. I mean, if they hadn't been playing in these corridors as well as they have been, I would be maybe a little bit more open to seeing a throw. I mean, it could still happen, but they've been playing them really well, and now they do have those 2 inhibitors with the soul. I think they will probably send one bot lane and then just look to take over that side of the jungle, or maybe stack 4-1 bot and mid. We'll see where they end up going here. They are
like they're strong enough to just doom push a lane.
Yeah.
They are all heading down toward this bottom lane.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to clear it out, use the pressure from the super minions mid and top to, get that bot tower to go down. And I wouldn't be surprised if they start pushing in for that inhib as well and look to just end off that.
Yeah, it is econ though. They could just triple inhib and go Baron. Classic call.
Yeah.
Classic, absolutely classic. This, that's a lot of damage. Here comes the Ornhorn going in, looking for the long range snipe. Not quite going to land on anything there. Ace of the hole will be tanked up here by the Shen. A little bit of Chain Lightning damage is now there. It's just too much. Burst!
Big
not quite
my
able
God.
to find over the hall. That is a huge bear. That's the big Brandalt, though. He's going to be able to find the 3 squishies, and now here comes the Shen ult, but won't quite keep Vayne alive for the time being. And that's what I was talking about the Brandalt. As now here comes the culling. Gonna land pretty well into D3 Monic Sombra, and Zenquit just gonna run away. The low tier god buddies, they've been hanging out together all day and they want to live together. Yeah, maybe they want this
big Brand ulti, but ultimately I think they are still gonna be able to get this tower because they're gonna have to. This Shen and Lucian are gonna have to base at some point.
Gonna stay good knock up, lots of damage blocked from the Spirit Reliquary. I'm not sure what that's called. D3 Monic Sombra though taking quite a bit of damage here with the max health autos from Shen. You gotta be careful.
Alright, they were able to fend off that advancement. That Brand ulti just doing a lot of work.
Brand just does damage. I've seen Brands run it down like 0, 10, and 5 and still do like the entire team's health bar if they get a good ultimate.
Brand is kind of like the Yasuo of the mages.
That was
in
like a
many
flank
ways.
too, right? Like it just came out of nowhere on the side and just killed 3
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one. Good angle. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but definitely slows it down to prevent any more inhibitors going down
A
for a
couple
little
more
bit.
might be enough. Yeah,
Yeah,
do that
yeah.
again. Like,
Yeah. You
I,
run that back a couple times.
if I'm on Ivane any lanes team, I'm like, hey man, I know that was cool and all, but like, do it again. Seriously, that was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have the Baron coming right on up in a couple seconds here,
They have so
and that may
much
present
stone
that
control.
opportunity.
Between Cupcakes and the Anivia ult, it's impossible to walk here.
Oh, it's going fast. It's going really fast.
This is when Anivia actually has mana to help you do the Baron. She wasn't doing it last time. She was zoning.
Yeah. Just goes so fast. They might just run it right down and take this Nexus here.
Okay, Fallen X, Warrior X, just gonna be sent to the sky. As Volibear goes forward, that is a big bear. Uses the
Raid boss
gargoyles.
Volibear barreling in. That's scary.
I think he just wanted to see how big he could get there. I don't think that was like a he actually needed to stone plate.
Yeah, if you're
He said supersize me, bro.
you're just feeling it. It's gotta feel good to be Volibear at this point in the game.
They're going back bot lane. Watch the Brand.
Yep, that's
He's
a lot
gonna
of
hit the
damage
big
to be
ult.
found. Taunt found on Demonic Sombra. Going forward, they're going to look for the Shen return. But there's a stone plate of his own into the D3
Wow,
Demonic
D3.
Sonic.
D3 playing like a little bit funky there, but ultimately it doesn't matter. Just has the stats, has the shields to back it up.
Crabs, look at this.
Slowing this game down.
Yeah, we're gonna have Elder fight in about a minute here, though, so it's gonna pick right on up as they're gonna try to make something out of this Baron. I'm always gonna be a little bit nervous now if they head toward that bottom side after seeing what Brand can do to you there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're kind of feeling that too. They've definitely been a little bit more cautious. They kind of know, like, hey, we were winning these fights in the jungle. We were winning playing vision control and playing through these corridors. Let's not get overzealous here. Let's just push in waves, wait for this Elder to spawn, and fight where we have the higher ground. You know.
Yeah, and they are gonna go for the open lane in the middle. Try to knock out the inhib before it goes down. We'll see if they manage to pick it up. They have the zone control, but it's always a little bit awkward when you're heading into an enemy base like this. They just have all the resources they need going back to the fountain quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
That was a one shot and a half.
Woo! This
That's definitely gonna
Anivia
be the
does
inhib.
some
They
damage.
could probably make a push towards ending this game.
I mean, they've got
Yeah,
the
they
Baron.
will have they have the Elder to fall back on if they need to. They're gonna go for the second inhibitor. Ooh, can they get the
Taunt
pick?
not quite going to land on TTV exists. D3 Demonic Sombra going to find that knockup, and it is going to be good night, Moon. Ornhorn not quite going to be able to land. Fallen X Warrior X looking to do the damage. Turret disabled will get him done, but Ivane really not going to get taken very low. Culling not going to quite land to where you wanted to be. D3 Domination going to look for the damage, but it won't quite be enough. That is going to be game one for the low tier god.
And Silence very quietly just dishing out a ton of damage that last fight.
Yeah,
Helping
Silence was a
top-
huge comeback
top
in
it
this game.
off. Yeah.
Solid performance from the low tier gods. But it was looking kind of hairy in the beginning, and that early game was definitely going the way of victory. So we'll see what changes they're going to make moving into the next match.
We get a new UI for the post-game screen, and it's still bugged.
It's still okay. The graphs are bugged, but the scoreboard is good.
The scoreboard's good, but the scoreboard's always been good.
Yeah, but now you can click through like the things. You can,
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, it's kind of nice. I like it. I don't know.
You're kind of nice.
Stop. I don't like it, man.
Well, I like you, so...
No. Say something, Dutch, please. Stop him.
No, I'm just reveling.
You're not allowed to just sit there and enjoy it, okay? You have to have my
I'm
back.
sitting here enjoying it. It's too
Oh.
good. It's too good.
I
Wow,
never
that was
should've agreed to
a
this shit,
banger
though.
of a game though. Oh my gosh.
It was very good. Does look like they're switching sides for this one.
I really hope that this early game goes out the same way, just back and forth bloodbath, because that was just so great.
Do you think those were intentional? Because it felt like every time there was fighting everywhere. So I almost feel like maybe one of the teams is like, okay, fight now.
I honestly think both teams just really want to back their teammates up. I think that's a big part of it. I think it's like as soon as something happens, everyone just responds. It's not like one of those things where it's like, no, let me just catch the wave, or like, oh, I'm not in a good position. It's like, no, they just run. They're like, oh, there's a fight. Okay, we're coming. And both teams do that consistently, and both junglers were looking for plays as well. Like they were just really early on. I mean, Volibear ganked level 3 in bot lane. Trundle was looking for like a lot of early aggression topside, helping that Ornn get ahead, playing around those like early dragons, early Rift Heralds. I mean, there was just and both mid laners were just perfectly fine roaming across the map. Ivane any lane was like able to get a little bit more done early with the roams, but Arc was like looking for a lot of those options, especially topside. There was a lot of times where Nivea was just like hovering and wasn't quite able to get there in time, but was like consistently looking for those opportunities.
Yeah, I think if there's a particular lane that they were like, okay, we should be fighting right now, it was top lane with D3 Monix Sombra, trying to deny Shen ultis. Especially with the advantage that they picked up early game. I think that was very, very key. Because at least if Shen's going in with like 300 health, you know, it's not as big a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that the top side plays like worked out really well. I did really like the Lucian Karma and that like angle, and I think that they were really able to bully that bot lane well. So I don't necessarily know if I would really change up too much bot lane for them. I think that what they were playing for was pretty well, and they were definitely playing like to shove in those waves and have priority. Looking for early kills. They got tons of early flashes. So I think that was good, but something needs to probably change on the top side of the map. I think Ornn becomes kind of pick ban like we were talking about earlier. So possibly looking for those switch ups, because they weren't able to do enough impact with the Shen, unfortunately. Even I think there were a lot of good attempts. They B1 Shen. I think you just B1 or well, they're red side now, so they have to choose.
They did ban Ornn, so that's gonna help. But I still think there's plenty of things you play into Shen that it's like, well, I don't feel happy first picking Shen,
Yeah, it's ambitious.
Volibear
first pick.
Just gonna.
See, it's the other low tier god. It's got to be.
Yep. Yeah, they know they want the volley. I think the volley is great. I mean, assuming it's a flex pick too, it's just like really good.
What?
Oh, no, it's gonna be the Vi.
Is that Vi from Arcade? Maybe.
What's Arcade?
Okay. They're picking Vi to like it's like a what's up victory thing, because it's like VI victory, Like, yeah. That's what they're doing. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen a Vi in a long time.
I haven't either. I don't know how that champion's been faring recently. I mean, you still just can press R and look for picks though, so I don't necessarily know if I love it as like a B1 option, but you do see the Lulu and Kayn in response. So
kind of like Kayn, honestly.
Yeah, and I kind of like the Lulu last game too. Like really high impact on the Lulu, honestly. Just like last game is a big champion to come through, so I can see them taking it away, trying to deny it from low tier gods as they reply with the Thresh, big playmaker.
We'll see what they want to pair with that. I think they may just opt for. I don't see Caitlyn being the option here, but
yeah. Are you surprised they didn't take the Volibear? Because I kind of.
I am. Yeah, I am. I think maybe they know something about like the ADC and mid pools from Victory, that they're like, okay, Vi is going to work out with what they're going to play, right? Yeah. Like they're gonna have somebody they want to dive. And we see the Lulu pretty much immediately picked up again, so they might be onto something here. If there's like a low mobility like kind of unsafe AD carry or mid laner that you can target, it's not that bad of an idea.
Yeah.
We do see
And
Vayne,
there's the Vayne.
and this is I Vayne any lane locking that in, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think any lane, mid laner, for victory,
Might
locking
not
the
be Vayne
Vayne.
mid.
We'll see if it's a Vayne mid or if it's a Vayne bot. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with the brand play and the name like I Vayne any lane. I mean, it wouldn't be that crazy to see a Vayne mid.
Yeah, blind, it's a little bit concerning, but I like the Anivia Ben as well. They're still low range rolling into this,
Yeah.
so I
No,
think picking it out smart.
the Nivea ban I think is good. We saw that pick be really important last game. So, um,
I also like
I'm-
saving it for round 2. I think that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, yeah,
Because if they pick it early, you can just counter it.
yep.
Hmm.
See the Zed coming through on the other side.
Are we
I don't
really
know if
gonna
that
see
must be comfort for somebody.
the low tier
Yeah.
gods not play any low tier gods?
They hovered Volibear just to tease us. It's kind of gross.
I wonder if Ivane any lane plays a bunch of Gangplank mid because this Gangplank has been banned like pretty consistently, and the first game it was banned like as a mid lane ban.
Yeah,
Second
I think
round.
it's possible. Ooh, that's spicy. Okay, I love this.
Kale's very spicy.
Yeah,
Kale's also
It's a
It's
flex.
great. It's a great champ with Lulu.
yeah, it works super well with these like with Vayne who needs a lot of protection, or like a divey character like Kayn. You're doubling down on protect for those guys,
Yeah.
so it makes a lot of sense, and it's a flex. You can your red side, you can flex this pick to top or mid.
Oh,
No.
is this the Nasus?
Let me approach you with what I believe are accurate depictions of the comms. Yo, we lost to scaling last game, so let's just pick the hardest scaling comp that we can imagine and beat them with it, huh?
Yeah, I see it. I see
Perfect
it.
comms. Perfect comms.
Mordekaiser's got a dumpster Kale if it's in top lane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be
Mordekaiser.
Kale mid.
It could be. That's what I'm saying. If it's gotta be flexed, then you're
mean,
gonna put it mid here.
You could even flex an ADC and have the Lulu supporting it. That wouldn't be the worst
It
thing
could
in the
be.
world.
Like, because the guy's name is Ivane any lane and he's playing mid, so
Yeah.
it's good. It could be. Seraphine, that is a Seraphine middle, right? That's just
Yeah.
that's
Could be
locked in.
Tristana mid Thresh Seraphine bot. I know that's a controversial take.
Okay.
I don't like
hold on,
what
let me-
you're
let me
saying
tell you something
that
even
much.
more controversial. Thresh mid.
No,
Seraphine. Tristana bot.
no, that's not it. Like, it might be more mid and thresh top though. That's they
take
took
the
it away.
Bolivar.
What?
They took
Okay.
the Bolivar.
This is cool because Volley actually should have a good matchup into the Mordekaiser in top lane, and they're opting for that. I actually really like what Victory did with the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you also just need like you need another trigger, another frontliner
Yeah.
besides just like Kane. Kane's just like not quite enough.
Oh, they have like 0 engage. Like it's gross how little engage they have.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
what they're going for in these fights is to like bait with the Vayne's like life, you know, and then hopefully Vayne survives and they counter engage the fight.
Yeah, I mean low tier gods, their draft feels kind of all over the place a little bit.
Especially
Yeah.
compared to last game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've got a
it
lot
feels-
of they got a lot of pick here with Thresh and Vi, but then they've got the team fight with the Seraphine and Tristana's not really the best pick ADC.
This kind of their draft kind of feels like they won last game and we're like we're just gonna pick what we want to play. That's kind of how this feels. Which
I feel like as well,
okay.
they really early picked the 2 pick champions, right? Like Vi
Mm-hmm.
and then Thresh the next round. And then you see like, oh well, they've got Lulu Kale. We really can't commit to pick anymore, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they
So-
kind of had to pivot.
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, Vi B1 is very spicy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
I B1 by. I don't think it's the worst B1 to B1 your jungler, but I think given the performance you just had on Volibear, I think Volibear is a better B1.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think
Yeah.
Vi is not even like a top 10 B1. Yeah, it's like if you
Yeah.
have to blind jungle, like I don't even think it's like a top 10 pick. but-
I think Vi is pretty strong right now, though. Like, she feels good. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if she's like that blindable is what I'm trying to say. But
Yeah, I think that's fair.
she's not terrible, but you're committing to like definitely that I'm gonna ult a target from your backline kind of idea.
Yeah.
And they definitely just said nope with the rest of their draft.
Yeah. No,
I will
they
say
responded well.
there is a QSS tax being applied via the Mordekaiser,
Yep.
and that should actually matter considering the damage output we're gonna see getting hit for Vayne, and probably Kale as well. So we'll see what they manage to do about that. But I don't think it's too bad for low tier gods. Their draft is maybe a little confused, but after seeing what they did last game, I'm not that worried for them.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I think it's a little all over the place, but I'm not too worried as well. We'll see how the Thresh pick turns out. It might be like really impactful because like we saw last game some crazy skirmishes like bot side of the map. And Thresh's playmaking ability, just like being able to lantern Vi closer to some of these fights that might break out, I think might be pretty impactful. So we'll see how the pick plays out for them. I always like seeing Thresh. It's one of those champions though that like can look really really good or really really bad depending on the play or depending on how you're playing it. But
or if I'm on it,
well, I mean, yeah,
it just doesn't look great.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
kind
you're
of
right.
in the same boat. I'm in the same boat.
There's a really potent combo with the Thresh and the Vi, pulling the Vi into ult range after like landing a CC. But there's also a really potent combo, and I know this having played with Evdingus, with the Tristana. When she jumps in, can't actually kill anyone, and she needs the lifeline, that's when you want to have Thresh.
Yeah, see, Buggle once told me, he said, people always play Tristana wrong. You gotta hold your W as long as possible, never just jump in too quick. But, that's Dingus plays it a different way.
That's why Buggle is bronze and Dingus is diamond.
This is true. This is true. Buggle is he's earned one trick. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, low silver solo queue. Yeah, I've heard the copy pasta.
Yeah. We've all been there.
Also, if you're in chat and you have some schmeckles to spare, just gonna put this out there. The channel point betting is open, and it looks like it's 0-0 right now. So.
Oh, that's illegal.
Yeah, we'll reopen it if it stays 0-0. But come on, guys, come on. What do we have as far as like predictions for this? Do you guys have a favorite here? Who do you think's got this?
I think it's pretty similar to last game, but it's flipped. So this game, low tier gods have to take the initiative and get leads and snowball them. And if they don't do that well enough, then I think victory just gets to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of have a similar assessment.
I think the scaling's not as bad as we think it is.
Okay, explain.
I think that the team fight, like, ideas that low tier gods have are stronger than like what victory's coming in with. They don't have a lot of CC, they barely have that much frontline, and they're more geared toward like staying alive and counter engaging than actually making a fight happen. And that makes it really, really difficult to secure space around objectives or, do the things that are actually necessary for winning a game. If you're fed, their comp's crazy, right? It scales insanely well, but making things happen will still be difficult. I don't know.
Okay.
What do you think, Popova? Do you agree with any of that, or? Sorry, Papa Boa.
Yeah. No, you say it right.
Papa Boa?
Pat Boa.
Pap Boa. Papa
Yeah,
Boa.
there we go. Or you can also do the Buggle thing and call me Picasso Poblano Piccolo.
No.
I think it's a decent assessment. It's also interesting. I Vayne any lane not playing Vayne, so maybe they just lose off that.
Hella disappointed in that. I think I agree. It's gonna be a 2-0 for low tier gods.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be a 2-0. I'm gonna check the channel point betting and see if anybody actually bet.
250 in the pool for low tier gods, so they just get them back.
All right, let's and I'll let you do it because I'll screw it up. But go ahead and let low tier god side win, and then do another one for 2 minutes and see if
you can
anybody
just
actually.
delete the prediction to return the points.
Oh, you can? Okay,
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, I don't know how any of that shit works. I'm not allowed to touch it, you know. How do you bet? So there's a thing that'll pop up above the chat with a timer, and you can click on it and then click on how much you want to wager for which side. But it's closed right now. We'll reopen it in a moment. There you go. Bet more is the title. You can click predict, and then it'll pop up with options for channel points. You can do a custom amount or click 10 at a time.
Yeah, where are my gamblers at? Les Force knows what's up.
Red team is gonna have some scaling to do. That's the other worry that I have for
Low tier gods or
for low tier gods.
for victory. Victory's the scaling team. Red side.
Yes. Sorry. For
Vi
victory.
also is very well positioned to take advantage of both Kale and Vayne.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of CC like gank assist in mid lane as well.
As we are gonna get onto the
Loaded on it.
KDL out Seraphine, Warring Kingdoms Vi, High Noon Mordekaiser, Championship Thresh, and Little Demon Tristana versus Prestige Space Groove Lulu, Project Vayne, Aether Wing Kale, Nightbringer Kane, and Northern Storm Volley Bear.
Oh, this is a tough one. This is a toughie. I like several skins on both teams, and I'm gonna let my love for Project Vayne win out, and I'm gonna say that they take it.
See,
That's where I'm at.
not a fan of the King skin. I don't think it looks that unique.
Yeah. So here's the I have two skins, definitely two skins on either team that I really like. So I've got the Tristana skin I really like. And I don't know what it is, but I actually really like the Vi skin, the Warring Kingdoms Vi.
Yeah, I do too.
Just kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm not really that much of a fan of the Little Demon Tristana. I actually have that skin. I think it's okay, but I do like the Vi skin a lot.
It's a part of a skin line that I enjoy, you know?
Oh, but they have the chroma, which actually makes it really good.
Yeah.
Makes it really, really, really good. The base skin, in my opinion, is but the chroma for it, especially the chroma they have on, is really, really nice.
Yeah, but the other side, I mean, Project Vayne is like by far my favorite Vayne skin.
That Mordekaiser skin also, like, in game, looks pretty good.
You look pretty good.
That one is kind of cool.
Appreciate that.
I got really scared that he was saying that to me for a second, but I managed to ignore it. No, I know that's not.
Your time will come.
What time are you guys at?
127, 28, 29, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137.
You gotta tell him when you're good.
Okay. You just gotta stop him at some point.
He'll go forever.
143, 144,
I think he's good. I think he's good count. He got it. Thank you.
Dracula.
Goodbye.
No, that Mordekaiser skin though, very, very, very funky. It's just like really like it's kind of like overloaded.
It's
which
almost
I kind of
disco-y.
like.
Yeah.
It's like there's too much going on.
If
which
you
makes
told me
it
that was a Space Groove skin, I would believe it.
Yeah, it's like kind of like cyberpunky, like but almost like a 40K meets cyberpunky.
Yeah,
kind of thing, which I like
very much. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that skin. I don't know what designer was thinking, but I like it. I like it a lot. Really weird.
Yeah, I actually have a championship thresh like little dude.
Wow.
From one of the yeah.
Oh, like a figure?
Yeah.
Tight.
Wow. You're pretty cool, Mighty, huh?
I am. I've been told.
Pretty cool guy, huh?
I'm so hyped to meet Mighty in person.
What do you mean?
Are you gonna go to
We've
Worlds? Oh, Fallen Warrior going forward. That is going to be a stun. TTV exists. Looking for the damage. D3 Monarch Sour going to pull them underneath the turret, but that's where they wanted to be.
Not bad, and that's a really early gank. Pre 3 minutes.
Yeah, and it's the team that
I wish I could go to Worlds, but unfortunately, very busy time for my job. And alas, will not be able to go.
Highly tragic. They're going to look forward, though. Here comes the Vi. Is going to find the damage. That is just death for domination. Now DJ Sona going to be trapped between 3 teams and a turret, looking to survive, looking to waste their time, but they are just going to be able to give this one right on over to Silenced.
And Zen, 2 games in a row going for the level 3 gank bot lane, and 2 games in a row working out really, really, really well. So, like the look on the Vi as well as on that Volibear previously.
Yeah, and actually, some counterplay on the top side going to be invade from Fallen Warrior. And when I was looking at the draft, I was thinking to myself, my MVPs for both teams were probably the junglers looking through the early game, and even into the late game, they were really, really good. So I like giving them a little bit more like.
This is a repeat. We've seen this before.
Yeah, we are looking topside for that gank. I think it's not quite the wave you want, but in a second it might be.
Yeah, Volibear doesn't have flash this time too, so he's going to have to find that stun organically. Looking for it. Here comes the Kane over the wall. Not going to be just enough damage, but he might just be looking for the orbs. He's going to have to force the flash. Maybe not the play you want when you start it and have to flash out, but you know what? Kane does like to get progression towards his evolution, so perhaps he's just going for those juicy, juicy orbs.
Mord had such a big wave, though. I feel like if you wait like 5 more seconds, it's a way better gank.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was a little bit of an impatience thing. I mean, Kane had been waiting there for a bit. Probably not wanting to get too far behind. But, yeah, I think they could have waited a little longer on that. We will see what else Kane is able to do on this map, though, because it's one of those champions that ganks top lane really, really well from red side.
Top lane ganks looking for the skirmish here, but they're going to get the worst end of it.
Yeah, I love these top laners. They are not afraid to trade no matter what champions they've got. And I do think Volley gets a slight edge with that matchup, especially after receiving a couple ganks. But D3 Monarch Sombra showing us that they're no slouch last game, so can't really count them out anytime.
Yeah, I will not count it out. I also just like Mordekaiser is one of those champions that can kind of come out of nowhere.
Did somebody say counting? Ivane Lane is going to be in lots of trouble. She's going to get bought back, and now it's looking bad. Vi has to flash forward. They're looking for the autos. Is going to be able to find it, but now here comes TTV Exist Gaming on a roam down for the top lane. The big bad bear looks for the stun. Is maybe just not quite going to be able to find it as they get knocked back by the Vi, and now they are going to be routed. Zenquit looking for the damage will get stunned up. Fallen X. Warrior X maybe looking on this end. Q's over the wall. Going to find one auto. Zenquit going to go back towards their friend. But no, they're going to go in. They're going to look for the damage. Not going to turn into anything, though.
Unreal play from Zenquit there. Predicting the flash out of Kale.
Going forward, Fallen X, Warrior X now potentially going to be the target. Oh, flashing forward. Silenced wants it. Not quite able to find that last auto, and the heal is good. Heal also going to be used there to keep people alive. Not quite able to find the Kane there.
And another game where everyone is just roaming on every play. Just not afraid to back up their teammates.
They're going to look for the drag here. TJ Sona will spot this out, though, and they do have 3 on the bot side to contest if they want to, but it just looks like they're going to give it on over.
I want to point out that Domination bought a call and is just chilling and farming. They're so happy that people like left them alone to get minions, fighting and doing whatever.
Yeah, I mean, when you're Vayne, just dive and CS. If the Vi isn't ulting you, you're having a good time.
Yeah, looking good, looking good. Didn't see any like opposite side of the map play that time.
Ooh, I think might be in a little bit of trouble here. Zenquit gonna look forward, gonna find the knockback, forcing out the ultimate. Ooh, the charm not quite gonna land from Archangel, now Fallen X Warrior X is here to deal the damage. Slow is gonna be good. Archangel taking quite a bit of damage. Ivane any lane gonna look to do the damage. Meanwhile, D3 Monarch Sombra just gets deleted. The big bear showing the prowess here in game 2.
Oh, yeah, but that pickup on the Vayne, this is gonna feel really nice early.
Fallen X Warrior gonna find the heal through the wall, but it won't quite be enough. They're gonna manage to get an assist for their fallen mid laner. Pick up a kill for themselves.
Yeah, it was looking pretty rough there, but a nice turnaround kill, silenced on the roam. We've seen that a couple times now, and this bot lane really just not getting what they want on the Vayne, so they go elsewhere.
Yeah, I think credit where credit is due. Thresh maybe looking a little bit aggro with that. Oh, here comes the ultimate. Going to keep TTV Exist Gaming in range of the tower, so they aren't allowed to hit you, and that is most likely going to be good night there, but does manage to stay alive through the ultimate and flash away.
Oh, good live.
Good
very, very patient play. Yeah, and that was that Mord coming out of nowhere, but doesn't have the damage just yet to finish the kill.
Yeah, not quite. Just like, you know, does not have the early items needed. But,
I think he also could have kited further into the volley there. Like, he was just kind of standing there hitting him. You can walk to the edge of your ultimate where he is so that you can keep pace with him. But I don't know if that would have meant he lived. Volibear has more speed tools than Mordekaiser.
Yeah, it might have been a hesitancy thing, too.
Unsure if anyone was waiting for him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have seen a lot of that, like...
Yeah, that guy's been ganked like 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah, so I get being a little bit cautious there.
We do have a little pause action going on. Looks like it's Candy Seed. Just for a bit.
Yep.
I'm going to use this time to take a look at chat.
Yeah, how
Which league is this? We have Economy? This is Economy League?
This is the Economy League. Group A, I believe.
Red side is going to have some scaling to do. I agree, but I think that I think Kale picking up an early kill is really nice. Vayne getting to kind of free farm a bit is good, but Tristana also picked up some early kills, so it's kind of like a funky situation where mid and top are probably feeling pretty good on the side of victory. And then likewise in bot lane on the side of LTG is feeling really nice. I mean, a 3-0 Tristana when you're up 10 CS is gotta feel good.
Yeah, Trist is in a really happy place, but I think Victory as a whole are not just like content, but pleased with the game state. You know, already putting some gold onto that Kale. And Kale kind of gets a free matchup with the Seraphine. It's a little bit harder with the jungle matchup, but you know, up some CS and got the kill already. That's where you want to be. So just stack up those levels. Looks like we are getting some reconnects. Might be getting back into the game in just a moment.
I think if you are on the side of victory, if you're able to pick up any dragon early through like a Volibear roam or something, this game could go pretty heavily in their favor. Where they have to be careful is if LTG is able to stack those dragons early. But if they're able to like slow the pace of this game down, that Kale's gonna end up coming in huge.
Alright, do we have the count to look at the unpause?
Well, we're gonna first have to deal with the standard unpause pause bug.
Yes, I'm there. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I'm like frozen at like 9 minutes and 11 seconds.
Yeah, you know, it's a classic.
So I think we all should be good if we're all frozen at the same time, but the count will make a return. And we are at 9:12, 9:13, 9:14. I assume you're all with me now, yes?
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
Goodbye, friends. I think Nanny Lane going to be in a little bit of trouble. Not quite completing the lane there, but there goes the Vi. All followed up by a beautiful chain stun from the Seraphine, and Archangel ain't going to be able to pick that one up.
Very nice look out of this Vi pick. Trying to shut down the Kale. I like the look. That's like the counter. just ganking mid lane with that Vi ulti, and just able to, the Seraphine really able to actually put out enough damage to make it happen pretty quick. So gets the free plate too.
Seraphine's also like just, you know, really good at buffing up like the movement speed, getting people into fights, and you know, slowing down the enemy. So the gank assist matters a ton, especially when you have a damage dealing champion like Vi.
No ultimate Vi, but it might be a fight here.
Now, Fallen Warrior does not have form yet, does he?
I don't think so.
So it's going to be
probably going for the red.
Fallen Warrior looking for the end. Is going to choose to go on his Zanquit here. Might not be exactly where they want to be. Goes untargetable inside the Vi. Vi going to take them over the wall. He's going to get stunned up. Lots of damage around. Good Seraphine ult, but it won't quite be enough. Archangel now going to be in trouble. TTV exists, going to look to do the damage. Ivane, any lane, going to pick up that one. And now D3 Monarch Sombra looking to go over the wall. Fallen X, Warrior X looking to stay alive. They are just barely going to burn down. Ivane, any lane uses the ultimate, hoping to save their friend, but ends up self-casting. And now D3 Monarch Sombra are going to be forced to run for the hills as the Scaling Squad are winning the better of that one.
Yeah, I don't think the plant existed in the Death Realm, so he flashed over the wall but couldn't actually take the blast cone.
Yep. And I actually really liked the play out of Fallen, like going in early, starting the fight, ulting to buy time for his team to move in. As Volley came in, Ivane and any lane followed up as well. So despite dying in that play, I actually think it was really good. And TTV just really had a great follow-up with that Volibear ultimate, just really showing again why that champion is so strong.
Going unstoppable again, Archangeline comboing it for the root, lots of damage going through, Ivane forced to flash out, now they're going forward, X Fallen Warrior not quite going to be able to survive, help Thane survive.
Yeah, some back-to-back plays in this game.
Super punishing on this mid lane. We were talking about the Vi potentially having a lot of easy targets, especially with that Kale, and definitely been the look so far for Zenquit, just punishing and punishing and punishing on the mid lane.
We are seeing the fight coming out top.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know if it's going to be result in anything crazy, but as Pops, as you were saying earlier, I do think that these two junglers are playing. I actually think they're kind of, or maybe it was Mighty, but I think the junglers are actually kind of showing to be the MVPs of this game on both sides. I think both are doing their job really well, and looking for some smart plays and some really intelligent plays. Just trying to play for where they can find the advantages. As you were just saying about that Vi, consistently trying to shut down the Kale, really, really good. And then just Kane playing that topside fight really well. We are going to see if they're able to get something more bot lane.
I think Kane does have the form now. Is that what I'm seeing?
Not going to be able to find the Lily Reaper, though. Going to go a little bit, maybe too far forward. There goes the cage. Hugify going to be used. Good flash out for respect. Silence going to be able to find the gap, and now they're going to have their jungler likely coming down to help them. Zenquit, though, says, you know what, you guys got out. Ooh, and this Tristana does so much damage. Okay, but Red Kane does find the knock-up. Silence going to have to be in trouble, but takes Fallen X, Warrior X inside the turret range with them. Unstoppable goes on to domination. That is going to be a dead Vayne. DJ Sona now going to be the target of Archangeline and Fallen X, Warrior X. It started as such a good play, but you are going to be found, and it's a double kill for Archangeline on the Seraphine.
Yeah, that ulti under the turret really didn't pay off, and that cost a lot in that fight.
Yeah, and Dom really was able to play that Vayne really well at the start of that fight, but the Vi just gap closed and was able to run them through. They definitely had some advantage on that bot side, and fortunately, Kane just wasn't able to quite do enough early on, just didn't have quite the damage to burst as he might have liked to.
Yeah, I think also as blah 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 was saying, Archangeline coming down on the quicker roam, helping out at the tail end of that fight, securing the final kills.
Okay, we have
Did I get your
fight.
name right?
That is half of Fallen X Warrior's health as they're going to get charmed up. Archangeline looking to do the damage, but here comes the ult. Zenquit now going to be in trouble. They're going to be forced to run away. A beautiful kill ult keeping them alive. D3 Monarch Sombra going to be looking for a solo kill, but not going to be able to find it, and they turn this. Flash forward ultimate, not going to find damage on one, but Silence will be the target of the stun. Ivane, any lane might be in trouble. No.
And Volibear's an insane champion.
Archangeline now might be in trouble. They're going to look to do damage. Ivane, any lane will get stunned up underneath the turret. Does not have ultimate from the prior engagement. Now TTV is looking for the damage. Just going to be able to find it as the shield comes down. That was so close.
Dude, what is Volibear? That champion, man. So strong.
So unreal.
It's a
I mean,
champion.
super fed too, but
Imagine playing Volibear to win. Cringe.
I mean, it's kind of funny though. Like looking at Econ, I do have I've been keep track of Econ more than some of the other leagues, to be totally honest. But we are starting to see like some micro metas come out with like the Ornn and with the Volibear. A lot of these like top lane and jungle picks. So I'm curious to see like as we see these teams like develop and see these matchups come across later into the season, like I wonder how many of these picks are just going to continue to be like this kind of staple meta picks for this league, because like in the LBLCS it's funny how often we do see like certain picks like pop up into play like more and more often as we know which teams like have the play or have the champion in their pool, how often it can be flexed, yada yada. And then as things break into playoffs, sometimes we see these champions really become interesting to play around in draft as teams like look to like contest those picks or look for counters on them. So I'm kind of curious to see if like Volibear becomes like one of those champions, because I think it's really easy to execute Volibear well, and then there seems to be like a few good Volibear players already just in this game alone, and I do know other teams play it. So
I was gonna say this happens a lot when a player has like a signature
Going
champion.
forward, X-Ball and X going to be forced to use the ultimate to stay alive. Going to heal off of that. Gonna just keep their life.
Yeah, looking a little dicey here, but I think it happens a lot with like teams that have that sort of identity around a couple champions, and every other team needs to either pick it away or adapt something to it.
yep.
Ooh, now we see a duel in the top lane. D3 Monarch Sombra choosing to opt into this one, but it might not be what they want. They do have the Leeching Leer, looking to do the damage, but the Volibear is just going to be able to heal up, and he is going to find you.
That's a big old bear.
X-Fallen Warrior going aggressive here. Forced out into the lane, perhaps not where he wanted to be. Hook is going to land. Thresh is going to take that one, but play him back, but he will find a crucial knock up there onto Silence. But here comes Vi. Zenquit is doing
absolutely
so
nuts
much damage.
on this fire. It's
so
insane.
much damage.
Like the scoreboard, the score line doesn't even like tell the story.
But here's their arch nemesis, TTV. Exist Gaming, gonna look for the damage. We'll find someone on Seraphine. Here comes Silence. Oh, absolutely massive kill ult, gonna keep him immune from damage as he uses ult to go in. Zenquit now forced to run for the hills. Cannot damage this Volibear as he is too big of a boy. D3 Monarch Samba has arrived, but what are they gonna do into the face of such a large bear?
Yeah, I mean, I think that some of these like Seraphine ultis are amazing, and Zen has been playing really well in this Vi. It's just like Volibear is massive, and when you back it up with a Kale and with a Lulu, it's just like it's such a threat to be reckoned with. Those
Thresh
ultis
looks for it and pays with his life.
I like that. That was a good look.
That's a good look. It's a good look. Yeah, respect.
I'll say right now the pieces are coming together a bit, but it's because Volibear's fed. They will have those issues we talked about. They did go red cane, which I think helps a little bit, but they're gonna have a hard time engaging these fights in the late game. They'll make up for it with damage and scaling, but it may still be a problem. So it's up to blue side here to actually get to the late game.
Yeah, with that dragon picked up, they have decelerated.
Yeah, I agree. It helps that there's the dragons. They have not let all the dragons go the other way. They do have that one mountain dragon on their side to scale with. But we'll see. I mean, the gold is looking like pretty even still. Anytime the Volibear's in these like early fights, it is scary. Like we were talking about, like it's just it's a very fed Volibear. So despite some great Seraphine ults and plays we're seeing with the Thresh,
Archangel might be in a little bit of trouble here. Going to be able to take that Lantern out to safety.
A nice Lantern, big save there. And looks like they're prepping a siege mid. I don't really think this is going to be the easiest thing to do, but they might use this just to rotate off. We do see...
Hook lands there. That's
is
going
there
to
going to be a
good.
Herald?
Cross will be good. Lulu ult forced out early. That means it won't be available for the Volibear should he choose to go in. Zenquit, perhaps, looking for the damage.
Reaper's been having some really nice Thresh moments. Some really good Lanterns, really good hooks. So I'd like to see it, just able to chunk out that cane early on in that fight, preventing the siege completely. Seen a bit of an ARAM happening here.
Yeah, classic NARAM here. Classic.
This is peak economy gameplay. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I mean, I never said I didn't like it. But
this is the way the game was meant to be played.
So back in the day, I played economy many seasons ago.
And
one scrim, we did just ARAM in 5v5 because we were waiting for someone to get back from a DC. And it's probably the worst ARAM experience I've ever had because ARAM's really not that fun. when
It
you
seems to be
are playing
working
on Summoner's
here
Rift.
for the low tier gods. Their siege is functioning, as I do think they outrange a little bit. There goes the Volibear LP. He's going to look in. Silence forced to go out. Good Seraphine going to find the time. Zenquit finding damage to the back line. Kane going in. Archangeline going to be the first target to be shut down. Fallen X Warrior X going to go critically low. Lily Reaper, a flash over the wall is going to do so much. Now D3 Monic Sombra is in the back line doing a lot of damage, but it's not quite going to be enough here. They do the shield, but now TTV Exists is going to be the one in trouble. Silence going to be able to pick up that shutdown in a mixed fight overall.
Yeah, I think critically the carries are still alive for victory here, and it's going to give
Kale
them an
does damage.
option to push in.
Kale does damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like you see Vayne like actually not able to quite dish out anything super substantial in
Oh, she
these
just
fights
got
as far as
Ginsu's.
damage. But yeah, now is able to pick up some more items. But yeah, the Kale is already kind of able to dish out insane damage. So I'm a little worried for the side of LTG, seeing this game continue. But we'll see how the next dragon goes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think these objective fights are going to definitely tell the tale, and it's up to victory to actually prove that they have a way into these fights and a way to kind of force up on the objectives.
Yeah.
Once they show they can do that, I think they've definitely got the makings of just winning the game from here. Because with this kind of scaling, this is definitely where you want to be. Even or slightly behind is totally fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think they're very happy to have Ivane in any lane, just kind of chilling in mid, farming up, playing it slow as they look to clear out some of this river, gain some vision in preparation for this dragon. Always like to see teams like looking for this vision control early, backing, resetting, and then coming in together. So we'll see how well each team does in this dragon prep here. I do like that victory is kind of trying really hard to prep this. DJ Sona playing Lulu also is like a difficult champion to get vision control alone. So I love to see junglers pathing in with a support like that, a very squishy support to try to get that control.
For sure. Now, we do have both teleports, so... Oh, Kale also has teleports. So Kale is going to match up here. Interesting. My brain turned off and assumed
like
that was
that.
Volibear. I like it
I
too.
think that's correct play.
Ooh, Domination. Gonna be on a flank, not quite gonna be spot out. Will now be spotted out there as they look to go forward. That is your jungler pop. And Exist is getting taken very low. Now Vayne is stunned. Silence goes a little bit too far forward. Here comes the Kale ult gonna be used. Zenquit looking to go on the back line, but they will be found themselves face to face with a Vayne. And now here comes Kale looking to do the damage, kiting out D3 Monic Sombra. D3 Monic Sombra not quite able to find the isolated Qs. Will go golden, but they are 3 on top of them, and they are forced to flash away. But the Kale is found to the back end, but it might not be enough. Meanwhile, there is some portal combat going on in the back line. Lily Reaper looking for DJ Sona. But they are going to be found by the Vayne as they look to rescue their laning partner. I don't know how much the Lily Reaper can get done here.
What in the world happened with Thresh and Lulu there? What actually was going
Portal
on?
combat. Oh no. Oh, Volibear going to get ever frosted up.
Not bad.
Not.
Hey
the
guys,
worst.
this is fun and all, but the dragon's still alive.
True.
Looks like they will finally turn around. The Fallen Warrior had time to actually respawn and make it to Drake before anybody's actually started this.
Yep.
So we're going to have Vayne and Kane picking that on up. Will be the second dragon for victory. Definitely stalling the game out well.
Yeah, and I think also
Good luck from Vi, but probably going to pay for it with her life. Silence looking to do damage over the wall to help her, but it won't be
Where's
enough.
my lantern? You can hear it. You can hear it.
Yeah, true. True.
gotta love when Thresh is in the game. It's just people constantly yelling about lanterns. To take the lantern, to where is the lantern? You know?
So why didn't I have a
God.
lantern?
Where was the lantern?
So wait, I actually thought you picked Nautilus.
Yeah. That fight though was a little choppy. Honestly, on both sides, it was a little messy. TPs kind of came in a little late. I was kind of impressed at some of the kiting I saw, but also just it wasn't quite enough. And with some of these tanks, Mordekaiser are really hard to kill, despite not being, super tanky. Volibear likewise just an absolute juggernaut, and it's like pretty consistently been just really difficult to take down.
Okay, there goes the Sunwall, looking to do some damage. Fallen Next Warrior is going to be taking out the Lulu and the Kale. Silence going to be going down
Oh my
here.
goodness.
Driftveil going into the back line, looking to do the damage, but Ivane Any is just shredding through the line. And now here comes a good lock-up from Fallen X Warrior. X Seraphine going to look to do the damage, but it won't be enough. Lily Reaper now going to be the next target. Vayne looking for the damage. Bolt's going to go forward. Bolt's going to fly now. D3 Monarch Sombra looking to be the bulwark that they need. But 2 versus 5 is not the game you want to play.
I gotta say, Domination had the most fun out of anyone in that fight. Almost dying on Vayne and then getting a double is like the coolest feeling ever.
Very nice. And I will say, like, what I saw there was actually pretty consistent with what I saw previously in the dragon fight. Might see.
Getting that tower off, super
Shield.
smart. Not quite gonna kill him. Okay, does finish him off. Flashes, stays in turret range, tanks another couple for style. They are gonna get this inhibitor.
But
No,
what
they're
I
not.
like to
They're just taking the tower.
see out of Ivane Any Lane was what I saw in the last 2 fights, which is really excellent kiting. Cutting back and around and trying to, get close enough that you can dish out damage, but not too close that they will blow you up. So, despite the scoreline showing 5 deaths, a lot of that was from some early ganks, and I think Ivane Any Lane has been playing really well in this Kale, knowing that they have to be one of the main damage dealers, and just kiting really well in these fights, as much as they can, because they have been pretty scrappy and all over the place. That one specifically, they were able to play really front to back very nicely. So good to see.
Yeah, hard to agree. I'd say D3 Monarch Sombra and Ivane Any Lane for either side have been mitigating their losses super well, being the main focus of either jungler's ganks, but still being very relevant in this game.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I think on top of that, speaking of D3 Monarch Sombra, we have not seen yet a QSS picked up for either carry on the side of victory. So those ultimates can start to matter. The issue is the damage output not really being enough to finish off a carry in the ultimate just yet.
Okay, TTV exists, gonna look to do the damage. They are just threading through D3 Monarch Sombra's health bar, looking to stay alive, but it won't quite be enough. There goes the Seraphine ult X, Fallen Warrior X, gonna perhaps be in a little bit of trouble here. There goes the Vi ult, they're gonna find a good pick. Now TTV exists gaming, gonna look to be on the back foot, and Silence gonna be able to pick the shutdown for themselves.
Wow, really well played out of Arc there. Just like knowing that they can look at the fight and having the follow-up from Zen on that Vi. So really well done. Silence was nearby, so I guess they knew they had the damage regardless. But I think that's good pickup there. Knowing that they can punish the volley, who was getting a little too ham on the side lane with that cane. So.
Yeah, and I'd say if I'm playing an economy league and I'm looking at this game, I am very afraid of the mid jungle of Arc and Zen here.
Yeah.
They have looked really clean playing together in the last 2 games.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I think Arc is also just like, well, honestly, both mid laners have some really cool champion pools already showing. Just based on how pick and ban was going, and then based on what we're seeing in this game. Really interesting picks for economy, but I like to see it. It's not really like one of those things where you're just seeing like classic, like, Orianna versus Lux kind of lane. Like, we're definitely seeing a lot of like really cool matchups, really cool lanes, and I like to see these teams like able to experiment and able to try out some unique picks based on what their teams need. I think that makes them a really cool league and a really cool pick.
Yeah, they're
ban.
weird, but I like.
Yeah, it's strange. It's strange picks, but I like strange.
Okay. Dragon's gonna be up here.
Dude, this isn't soul for either team yet, but this will put them on soul point.
Yep. Yeah, I think the reality of economy is that like there's so many viable picks that you can play, and I like when teams actually know that and will do it.
Lantern. Not gonna be picked.
Then
up.
get the lantern. Oh!
Seraphine all over the wall. Silence
This is
going to be
sketchy.
taking a ton of damage. Meanwhile, TTV Exists Gaming just on the inhib.
Oh, there's a chase down in the jungle happening as well.
Oh,
on the
yeah,
backside of it.
absolutely. Vi going into the back of the fight, but both of your stay alive tools are used onto the Vayne there. She is big and invulnerable. Meanwhile, Fallen X Warrior getting taken kind of low in the back line of that fight, but you no longer have your friend in Zen Quit, and Silence is going to be bolted to death.
And mid lane lost.
And Reaper is gone. Surely this
Vayne
looks
feels
like it
really
is going
good.
to be a victory for victory.
Yeah, I think Zen was looking for some really, really good plays on that Vi and like diving into the back line and like, but the ultimate out of Kale is just kind of just such a hard counter to like that Vi like diving deep because they're just not able to burst quite enough, and we are seeing this game wrap up just like that.
Fallen goes down at the end to a Seraphine Q, but the game does go to victory. And I gotta say, the thing that impressed me the most was how prepared they were for those objective fights. What I was concerned with was whether they could actually force their way in with the lack of CC on their squad. But they beat that by having good macro and just being prepared for the fights well in advance.
Yeah.
So that's gonna put us to third game, right?
Be woo, be woo.
Oh Jesus.
See, I won't do actual silver scrapes for a 3-game series, but I will do bootleg silver scrapes.
Yeah, a couple seconds of bootleg.
I believe we
silver
might be
scrape.
losing Dutch.
Yes. Unfortunately, this third game is my cutoff. Unfortunately, not the 2-0 that I would have loved. But quick shout out to Dom playing that Vayne. That last fight, it's gotta feel good to hit that point of the game when you're just able to run people down, just out damage. Like Silence is playing really well in the Tristana, but unfortunately, just like that Vayne is just kind of able to pop off towards the end.
He's at that Vayne point.
Yeah, at the Vayne point, just happy to be a late game Vayne. So unfortunately, I do have to duck out of here. You all have to carry this cast through to the end. I will definitely be catching the replay though, because I'm very curious how game 3 looks and
You're
what they
invested
decide
now.
to. Yeah, I'm very invested, and I'm curious to see how the draft plays out too, and like what they've learned from that game and how they change things up. Because Volibear now is I think Volibear and Orin are those two big contested picks. So we'll see if we see a third game of Volley.
Before you go, I want your prediction. Who wins?
Whichever team gets Volley.
Okay, good call.
That's my honest answer. Whichever team gets Volley. All right, well, enjoy game 3.
Love you, brother, man.
Peace.
Alrighty. We are going to get a game 3 here.
That's just you and me, huh?
Yeah, it's just us. Just us again, mighty, dancing in the pale moonlight.
Yeah, don't make it weird, okay?
I'll make it as weird as I want.
I know you will. I know. I don't know who I feel like's gonna win this, honestly. I think the draft adaptations are gonna be super key. Because like I have seen clear issues from both teams in both games. So it's kind of about who understands their identity better and not so much about what I think of it, you know? And I think that's the story a lot of the time with economy games. It's just it's a matter of comfort and being able to adapt. Do you have a draft link, by the way? I'm seeing R for draft going in the chat.
Draft link. Do you need it?
I need a draft link, yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Just leaking our DMs casually.
There's nothing in there.
I know. It's tragic.
We never talk to each other. We never talk anymore.
We only talk on stream, funnily enough.
Well, okay, there was that a couple times in like PC Discord, but
True. We're busy folks, you know.
yeah.
We are busy folks. Hey, I got side selection right as they have started out the ban phase.
Okay. We are probably gonna see Samira Jinx coming right on. Nami first. Okay, fair enough. Looks like victory blue side again. I hope that they don't first pick Shen. So awkward.
I think what has sort of come out as another mini meta beyond just the Volibear, but pairing heavy scaling with the Volibear, right? Like game 1 we saw the Ornn team win, and game 2 the like what was it? It was Ornn, Caitlyn.
It was Ornn, Caitlyn, but Volibear jungle that time. And I think it's more about Volibear just giving you that early game power, right? Yeah. There's going to be that Ornn banned away again, which I think is smart. They aren't forgetting game 1.
Do low tier gods ban the Volibear since they know it's very B1able? Or do they leave it up?
I think they kind of want it. I think they might leave it up just because they kind of want it. I don't know if it's the right call. Yeah, they're gonna ban the GP. It's a little early this time. I've not thought the GP would get first rounded. You know?
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you're just looking for something to go, and there goes the Volibear ban. So that is Dutch Krampus locked in, predicting victory for this game 3.
I'm gonna go against him and right away pick low tier gods to win the game and the series.
I agree. I think on the whole, I feel like I've been more impressed with low tier gods gameplay. I think it really has been a little bit of the calculation of just the scaling comp has been winning. So it'll be interesting to see what they can pull out that they think is scaling comp. Okay, they're going back to the Lulu, which I like.
I like that.
Lulu also was a contested pick in all 3 games, right?
I mean, so far it's just been yeah, you're right. Yeah, actually,
because
Lulu was played with the Vayne light.
Yeah, Lulu has always been paired with Volibear.
Oh wow, okay. So we've got the split now.
This is the first game we haven't seen the Lulu paired with the Volibear.
Nasus hovered. I mean, it's not guaranteed to be Volibear top, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're talking about who wins the scaling fight,
yeah, Nasus is pretty good for that, I'd say.
He's not bad.
And I think the laning into Volibear is okay because you have some sustain to kind of match up. So yeah, I could see Nasus. The thing is, it's not necessarily a Volibear top. So I like picking something that can win into it, so you can kind of force it into the jungle where I think it's a fair bit weaker. Thresh going to be locked in. We have seen this already, although it was not Thresh Vayne, it was Vayne Lulu, right? And it was Thresh Tristana last game. And you're going to be happy with this idea, the Trundle being hovered here.
Go. I love my Troll King. Although, into Vayne, it's a little spicy.
I think Vayne is a weird thing to pick into Nasus sometimes.
Because Wither really messes her up.
Wither hurts a lot, yeah. But it's definitely still playable, and I don't hate it.
I think it is. I mean, it's good because Nasus gets tanky and Silver Bolts just negate that. It's bad because there's counterplay.
You know, it would be unreal sicko mode if this was just straight up Vayne mid and like no consideration for Vayne bottom at all.
I mean,
I kind of like it.
I could see it. That is Ivayne's team that picked it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so I think
if
Domination has like a Ziggs or some Magey, like maybe even Swain is okay. I don't know.
We have yet to see Vayne any lane actually play Vayne in any lane, so.
I do believe last season there was an Vayne any lane Vayne top game.
A little bit more traditional, certainly.
Yeah, yeah. Weirdly enough, Vayne top is a little more normal than Vayne mid, unless you're like Caps or somebody.
Dylan, we have to go Vayne.
I do like Caitlyn Benaway. You're gonna force low tier gods onto a new pick here, because so far they're looking a lot like Game 1 draft.
Yeah, they could have done the Tristana like they had, right?
Yeah.
Last game, but they're gonna looks like go for the Misfortune instead.
So I normally prefer a little bit more setup with an MF pickup, but
like
you're into Vayne, so it's kind of a free lane, right?
True.
I also think Victory has gone pretty light on the tanks, so some extra lethality in the MF build might actually just be some serious shredding. Comboed with like that Comet build.
Olaf is not legal. You cannot play Olaf because he was reworked.
Yeah, we're gonna have to DM a captain here.
Yep.
That was recent enough, yeah, right?
It was like yesterday. And there is an announcement about it in Captain's Quarters, and there was also an announcement about it in the
Garen then? Okay. So I think we're okay with this because red side hasn't picked yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say go ahead. Why don't we just make sure that they saw the Garen selection?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want any. Actually, no. Demonic did say something, so I think they saw it.
Yeah. I think
Sorry,
okay.
D3 Monic.
Yep. Yep. Just verifying for my own two eyes. I've got eyes on the message. Captains were added yesterday. Talia and Olaf will be disabled for LBLCS games until 5-18 due to their mini rework being substantiated as game-changing.
Yeah. That all makes perfect sense. So looks like we're all set with a Garen lock-in. I don't know how. I think Garen is definitely going to be the top lane with Volibear jungle, and that's going to be a good matchup into Nasus. So interesting pivot there. I'm going to go ahead and put R. We're ready, right?
Yeah.
I think they might be waiting on us.
Victory's blue, right?
Who's blue?
Victory, right?
Victory. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just
Yes.
doing the
Yes.
prediction.
Yes. Send it. If you're in the chat and you are a fan of one of the teams, put some schmeckles down. If you're not a fan of one of the teams, but you want to win some schmeckles and you think you know who's going to win, put some schmeckles down. And if you enjoy losing schmeckles like me and you think you know who's going to lose, you know what to do.
Facts.
Come on.
I'm just trying to give the chat a little bump, you know, because game one they were kind of light on the schmeckles, and it's a little embarrassing, you know. I mean, what are they poor, you know? Like,
I'll come back stronger.
I'm interested to know who's the GP player and why it's always banned.
I mean, you could do some op.gg real quick.
I'm gonna check Ivane any lane because that was a theory. Right.
This is your score update. We have postings coming in for a lot of the other leagues, and I'm just going to go ahead and update you on what's been going on. So starting off in the Economy League, which we are currently watching, but similarly, we had Suckfest playing against Dexter 7 Academy. They 2-0'd them in a nice little 2-game series, looking like they played some Amumu gameplay. Kind of cool to see. Moving right on over to commercial, we had a banger of a 3-game series with Legacy Conquerors versus Anima Gaming, going to 3 games with Legacy Conquerors eventually getting the edge. So they are going to be pretty happy with that one. They seem to be 3-game series kind of players. They previously 2-1'd their other opponents as well. Financial League also popped off today with Team Fried Chicken versus Serenity Esports Encore. Fried Chicken taking the win there. Vexrax in the top. Oh, Vexrax, Sushi Monster. Oh, Boss. That's a fun game, actually. Meanwhile, Catman's Cat Cafe 2-1 the Continentals in a 3-game series that looked like it favored some gank-heavy junglers. And, yeah, that has been your update.
Thank you for the update. I did check. Ivan Any Lane is not the GP player, so that means that they've just been banning it against top lane when top lane was already selected a lot. It's
Nice.
kind of weird, but, you know, to each their own.
You used to
We have some support coming in for low tier gods in the chat. Looks like, how's the Schmeckle betting going? Looks like also not supporting low tier gods in the Schmeckle bets. 5k to 1k in the bets so far in Victory's favor. So if you're in the chat and you believe in the low tier gods, go ahead and show some support with those Schmeckles. It's time to let them know. You have all the champions locked in. I'm going to go ahead and ask you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think takes it?
I think it has to be low tier gods. I think they have 2 of the infinite scalers. So even
They do have a misfortune mid.
Yeah, you have the vein. Oh, no, they still win.
I think they could trade, right? Like you're allowed to trade till 20 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In LCS, I don't know if we actually have that rule.
I don't think we do.
I think
But
they're
we do
going
have
with it though.
we do have a rule against being deceptive. So
Yeah, we would definitely at this point it would be a problem. So
as we're gonna get into our lovely pre-game vibe session.
yeah, let's get the vibes going.
Let's get the vibes going and spin some hot beats with yours.
Were you around yesterday for the stream?
No, I was playing my own series.
Oh, nice. Okay. How'd it go?
We won Arthur Dent's team, so that was already like, okay, all right. But they had pretty bad. The servers yesterday kind of died. I don't know if that happened on stream as well, but
Not really.
a lot of people were having connectivity issues yesterday. So we were rescheduling Game 3 at a future date.
We had on stream. And that's awkward, by the way. That happens a lot in exec though.
Well,
But
this was
on
just
stream-
like Riot servers were burning yesterday, I think, because people were having problems in like Valorant, Legends of Runeterra, like.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's super awkward, but there's nothing you can do about those situations other than just like try to be helpful to the other captain in scheduling another time. But yeah, we were having a conversation on stream yesterday about you actually and your marinara sauce decisions. Came about because we asked these questions about tomatoes, and so I'm gonna start with what's your favorite veg and what's your least favorite veg, and then follow-up question: is a tomato a fruit or a veg?
Favorite veg, least favorite veg, is tomato a fruit or a veg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any order you like, really. It doesn't matter.
Talking, I think onions have to be my favorite vegetable, just because, like, there's other vegetables I like a lot, but onions are they're very versatile. Raw, cooked for a long time, cooked for a short time. They add such a nice flavor to a lot of dishes.
Yeah.
Stuffed onions.
I love onions.
Yeah, onions slap.
I didn't think of that. That's good.
Yeah. Honorable mention to Brussels sprouts. I think Brussels sprouts get a bad name because people don't know how to prepare them. But properly prepared Brussels sprouts are delicious.
Honestly, like, overrated vegetable, I'm gonna say it right now: asparagus.
Okay.
Because
I think it's highly variable as far as vegetables go, right? If you get the really big asparagus with like the woody stalks, it's just not that pleasant.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, least favorite vegetable is actually a hard one because I like a lot of vegetables. I'm not a huge eggplant fan. That's probably.
Have you ever had proper eggplant parmesan?
Yeah, I have. It's just I think the eggplant's too much bitterness for me.
No, proper, like properly cooked. It shouldn't taste like that.
I mean, I think I have.
You should find somebody that knows how to make good eggplant parmesan. Really, really good. It'll change your mind about eggplants.
Interesting. I'm trying to think of other. Ooh, they have combined World Breaker skins. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that. That was neat.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other least favorite vegetable option. Olives. I'm not a big olive guy.
Ooh, I fucking hate olives. Yeah, good point.
Green olives. Fuck green olives.
They suck. It's
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah. And then, so categorically, tomatoes are a fruit. Functionally, tomatoes are a vegetable. That's my take.
Okay. Okay. Yes. I think the way that I said it was the opposite, but with the same idea, right? In my head, the way that I would categorize it is as a vegetable, but yeah, like as far as what it should be, like as far as like physically what what it is. It's a fruit, right?
Hang on. I think League might be crashing.
Oh,
This is fun.
you can still hear me, okay?
I can hear
Is
you
it your
just
computer or
fine.
is it League?
But Mike, it's League
Uh,
is doing a fucky wucky. Okay, I think we're good.
Okay.
We're good. We're good.
Okay.
It was actually weird. It was showing up. I was looking at the stream, and I knew when it happened. I think it was moving on stream, but not on my screen,
Ooh, okay.
which was really
that's-
trippy.
Yeah, that could be, and it's kind of weird, but it could be OBS actually kept up with the game, but your like, your screen or your computer was screwing up. I've seen that with other streamers in different games. It's kind of funny. So they would actually play off of their OBS,
Okay.
which is like super weird.
Yeah, that's a little bit whack. But we've got some top lane gaming up in here. Nasus likely gonna lose out on this for a while.
Oh, it's gonna suck. That is an awful, awful matchup for Nasus.
But why am I lagging in League? That makes no sense.
Do you have your FPS and
Yeah.
like latency counters, or any of them weird?
Well, the FPS dipped down to 70, which is weird.
Try
Maybe-
tabbing out and tabbing back in.
Yeah, but that's what fucked it last time.
Yeah, but if you fuck it real good, it might actually like come back to life, you know?
Yeah, we are back in the 120s, 130. Okay, we're good.
I've never seen that happen with Spectate, but it's a known bug for actually playing the game.
Mhm.
Looks like a
Yeah,
gank coming through in the bot lane.
Yeah, Trundle's going wide. We are still watching the mid lane. They're not.
Ooh,
bad
this might be a
vision
kill
on
though.
this.
Turn around on the. Okay, Zenquit. Wick flash getting on out
Gonna
of
go
there. And good
forward.
trade.
DJ Sona gonna be the oh nope, they're gonna pillar Dominator forced to flash away, but now Zenquit under the turret forced to flash themselves. But I think you take 2 flash and exhaust for your jungler's flash every day of the week.
But I need the count to show I'm well ahead of
3
you.
minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 minutes. 9, 10, 11.
11, 12.
12.
Thank you.
Goodbye, my friend. I will see you for brunch on Saturday.
No, you won't. I'll be on a train.
Where are you going on a train to?
I'm
Nowhere?
not telling you. Yeah, I got a little trip planned.
Oh man, oh hang on, we might have a gank in the mid lane here, but it might be a double gank. Lots of damage going down on the I-Vein, but now the tides have turned and Zenquist is gonna get taken down for first blood.
Yeah, this is definitely a different narrative than we saw last game, where the Zenquit gank didn't work out in the mid lane, and actually they turned the kill.
Hang on, we might be desynced again because my FPS just knows.
Oh,
I'm at 353, 4, 5.
oh, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. You're fine. It's like half a second. I'll just do a quick
I don't know
pause.
what's happening though. I don't know why it's happening.
Yeah, that's definitely odd. If it stutters, just let me know, and we'll see if his stream is too bothered by it. But-
Meanwhile, we have a little bit of a duel going on. Normally Trundle winning these duels, but the early game Volibear damage just shows strong. He's going to look to get a chop off. D3 Monarch Samba going to look to support, but TTV exists. Just here to back up his buddy. And this Volibear is an absolute menace.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm starting to see where Dutch was coming from with this Volibear prediction.
Ooh, flash forward, lots of damage
my
going down on the
goodness.
Zenquist, but he's going to be underneath turret, and that might be a problem. 2 turret shots are going to hit. He's going to be found between a rock and a hard pillar.
What a clean pillar, actually cutting off the entire path there on the inside of the wall. And that's a kill donated over. Thank you very much
Mid lane
to
misfortune.
Exist Gaming.
Yeah. Love to see it.
And one of the weirder picks we have is Archangeline on this MF mid lane. Tier start, already got a kill. Very, very happy to see that. Matched up against a Xerath mid, who was actually played in the series yesterday.
Is this going to be an AP misfortune, or probably
I
not,
don't think
right?
so. No, because they went AP bottom, so it should be 80.
And also they
80
have
MF.
fleet, not comet.
It's not Comet. That is bizarre.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I don't
okay,
hate the sustain in mid lane, right? It's the lane you want to be in a lot, be able to control.
Yeah, and if you're going tier, you're probably also going lethality, right? You're not going to go crit build with tier. So yeah, I just think that's a bit of a strange choice, but maybe there's some like idea about needing the extra movement speed and survivability against the enemy team. There is a lot of mobility and a lot of dive kind of arrayed against them.
Hmm.
So having some zone control, but also having that movement might be useful.
I'm loving the respect here coming out from Lily Reaper and Silence. They know the dragon was just taken, they know the jungler's in the area, so they just walk off the wave.
Yeah, yeah. And on the other side of the map, we already see that Zenquit is looking for that top side.
Hmm.
It might actually pay off pretty soon here as the gank is coming on in.
Yeah, Garen's pretty close to the turret here. He's going to be forced to run away. Only level 4 on the trundle, but it might not matter. That's a ton of damage. Ghost is going to be used, but they have tons of slows. There comes the chop. There comes the Q. That is
Huge
stacks in
finisher.
the pocket.
Yeah, that's a lot of stacks
I-
coming through. Already with the shield pickup.
Can I get a stat check?
Stack check, stack check. What do we got? We got 84 stacks coming on in for the Nasus.
That's not bad, right?
That's
pretty
really good. For
Yeah.
6 minutes, yeah. Pushing 100, that's really, really good.
Hmm.
Do another stack check actually for the Vigar. We have 32. Also not too shabby. It is hard in the early game to get those CS with your abilities as they don't do a whole lot of damage just yet with no AP.
So,
Did see the Lost Chapter come through with the Dark Seal.
what do you think
So it's
about
gonna
the
help him.
Vayne Cull pickup? Cull plus Berserker's Greaves.
Yeah, we had seen this. I don't hate it. I think in this lane it's a little bit worse than last
Oh,
game.
they might be in trouble. Here comes the big bear preemptive
Good
flash. Is good.
Yeah, the cage for the save on the back end as well, and that's just going to stop Volibear in his tracks.
Garen going forward, you always have to be careful around a Garen because you're basically not safe if you're 25% HP or lower because he can just execute you.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a trick with the Nasus. If you're not silenced, of course, you can press the R and get that little bit of bonus HP, preventing the execute. But it's really, really hard because you're almost always going to be silenced if the dude's running on you.
Right. Okay,
Ooh,
going forward.
Lily
gonna
Reaper, no
play,
flash,
but
probably going down here.
Beautiful event horizon. Gonna help keep Lily Reaper alive for now, but surely this Lulu is gonna die. Fallen X-Warrior spended the time getting the kills.
Yeah, and a nice repeat gank with the lane state being really, really bad for the bot lane of Silence and Lily Reaper right there. Looks like another little cheeky
Silence.
play.
Goes for a little ward, but it's not gonna be good for them. Volibear goes unstoppable and just removes any presence of the evil little Yordle from the map. Zenquit now forced to run away. Volibear charged him down, but
A very clean execution out of Fallen Warrior. Looks like going for even more here.
Stun found from Ivy, and now Zenquist is forced to flash away, but here comes the artillery shots. He's trying to dodge, but between the bear and the arcanic pulses.
The arcane pulses. Yeah. And that's a lot of cheekiness coming through from Fallen Warrior, but a good job to look for that as they do get rewarded. And on the top lane, that's exactly what you're talking about. D3 Monarch Sombra not having the finest of times. Looks like in the bot lane, a little bit skirmish breaking out. And DJ Sona give me Bona in a little bit of trouble, but gonna skirt away from that one.
No
I would like to
outplay
point out
button.
that Vigar did take the Dark Harvest, which is an interesting rune. Definitely gonna apply a little bit more scaling with those stacks coming on in.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't quite have the outplay button, so there's not a lot of, like, kill pressure, but once that comes online, it starts becoming pretty scary to go near him, because similarly to Garen, if you get below a certain threshold of hit points, you're just going to go down. Meanwhile,
Speaking
Demonic
of, yeah.
Sombra looks like they've turned the tide here, almost has that ghost up, but
It's
not
just-
quite going to be able to find it underneath the turret. Meanwhile, Fallen Warrior has been ignoring his topside camps for a number of minutes and just camping this bot lane, and it is paying off as they're going to be able to find Lily Reaper yet again.
Yeah, this is definitely spelling trouble here. And Lily Reaper getting the brunt of it, but honestly, it's like very, very difficult for champions like MF to put that pressure on the mid wave, as you don't really do that much damage to the minions, especially in early game, with your auto attacks kind of doing less damage to the same target over time.
And I like this cross map from Zenquit to pick up the Herald while you see the Volibear spent so much time on bot side. I wish he'd taken away at least the blue buff, maybe the Grom, because the Volibear has been bot. He's just been bot.
Yeah. Yeah, and Volibear, I think, falling a little bit.
Archangeline might get baited into
Sorry,
this. Here comes Fallen X Warrior. Gonna run away. Zenquit now looking for that invade on the top side, but your mid laner's in trouble. Gonna fall back to help him out. Nasus, though, forced to back off, so they're just gonna need to get on out of here. But it is interesting.
Yeah.
It looks like the top lane matchup might be starting a little bit to go towards Demonic Sombra's favor, which is really scary.
Yeah, I think it's only really like a fight potential if you have that ultimate. But with the Ghost and the ultimate available, I could see that fight going to D3 Monix Sombra's way. Absolutely.
Two now going to be picked up, though.
Yeah, I was going to say just a moment ago that Zenquit is having a super rough time, falling pretty far behind in the jungle, and as you were saying, not picking up those camps on the top side to make up for the bot side woes. It's like Silence getting a cage down.
Yeah,
He's going to go for a lethal, but not quite having it.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of HP picked up from the support there. And it's going to be kind of a wash, but that was mid lane poking down on the bot wave, while their bot lane is totally healthy. Domination and DJ Sona pushing on in.
Fallen Warrior going to look for this, but maybe it's not what you want. Here comes Zenquit. Blasphemous not going to take it. Pillar is perhaps not in the most advantageous position. TTV exists. Going to go in onto the Nasus here. Nasus going to trade back damage in kind, though. Going to use that ultimate. Perhaps a little bit
There's a
far
rotation.
away from your target, but here comes up the rotation. Archangeline here with the slows. Here comes the Ghost. Wither goes down. One auto, two auto. MF ultimate flashes the pillar really good, but Demonic Sombra wants it. There goes the ultimate, and you are going to die.
Yeah, a little overzealous there, trying to dive the turret, but no minion wave, and the teammates were just slightly behind. Looks like this is going to be TTV Exist Gaming with a pretty sizable lead down in the top lane, and it's looking very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly have the advantage right now. I'm interested to see how this game goes, because I don't think low-tier gods are out of it by any metric.
No, I think actually their team comp, in my mind, is slightly favored in this game. But I will say, and I did, I'm not being biased just because I went against Dutch Krampus, but I do think actually
there goes the subject into the damage, but here comes Fallen Warrior. A good Wither is going to find and prevent the Volibear from diving underneath the turret. I think the Wither is going to be a really crucial tool in this game.
I was just thinking it's really good against their team. Even the Garen, it's like
I think any lane going to be a little bit of trouble here. I think Archangeline could have just
no ultimate available though. It's a little bit too hard.
But here comes the artillery, and Fallen X Warrior X gonna pick that one right on up.
Really, really awkward there, and it's just so hard when you don't have items on an 80 carry to fight something like that Volibear who's 5-0.
I mean, it does have Eclipse. That's not
Yeah,
nothing.
it's just the Volibear's got the what are they called now?
Plated steel caps, but they're
Steel
actually
cap.
ninja tabbies, and we all know they're ninja tabbies. Oh, this is going to be a dive. Fallen X Warrior does have the ultimate here. They are almost certainly going to look to take out this bottom turret next time the wave comes in.
Yeah, it's going to be very important that Cage is held by Silenced to try to negate some of that early diving going on. But Fallen Warrior critically can turn the tower right off.
Zenquit looking to put his mark on this game. Has been so very effective in the 2 games prior. Just not quite able to find it this time.
I think one of the biggest issues is that Zenquit doesn't have that gank assist that they were enjoying in the last 2 games from the mid lane. So mid lane's become a lot less gankable, and now it's, you know, kind of bad matchups all around to gank for. Doesn't feel great.
We do see D3 Monarch Samba just freezing the wave up there, trading their health to get that Archangeline. Probably going to die here. Gets tagged by the Arcano Pulse.
And no flash available, and that's just going to be a dead misfortune from the mid lane. They do give it over to the Garen, which I think is the correct call, as Volibear already has 5 kills.
Can we get a stack check?
Stack check. Which one?
Both.
Okay, we'll start with the Nasus at 273 in 15 minutes. Not bad.
Okay.
And, you know, a little bit overshadowed. Just about 80 stacks for the Vigar in the bot lane, but also fair.
Respectable. Zenquit gonna get stunned up, and gonna get stunned up. Commits the flash to try and get away. Zillion ult.
Gonna dodge the last one, yep, and manages to
Ferret
squeak
ult.
out of there.
Not Zillion ult, Jesus.
Yeah. Zeroth.
Yeah,
Oh, what
fine.
was it? I drove Evdingus nuts when I mispronounced Azir as Azir.
Oh, here they come. Good flash away from Science, gonna help keep him alive. But Lily is dead again.
A really rough game for Lily Reaper in the bot side. It's just been a lot of pressure. Even from mid lane, we've seen this is probably the third roam down. Good cage coming through. Not going to find much damage. And this is just going to be Dragon number 3 going over.
Yeah, this is an Ocean Drake with some beefy boys. With this Volley Bear with an Ocean Drake after he spends the 4,000 gold that he currently has in his pocket.
Yeah, so I think the way to come back in this game, I think first of all, healing reduction might be a decent idea. You do see it picked up already for the Nasus in the top side. But also, you're going to want to start putting pressure probably on this mid lane, because the best way I can see to get back in this game is to have a huge MF ulti through one of these fights. So maybe look to bring the Vigar into the mid lane with that MF and try to find a pick.
I think you're right. Take that.
Okay.
Good pillar. Ivane might be in trouble here. TTV exists. Gonna look to go in. Flash forward. They're gonna target the Lulu here as they've been the target of so much all game. The ultimate is gonna be committed. But now Exist is gonna be taking quite a bit as they do get subjugated. And that is a ton of gold you just gave over to the Trundle.
Yeah, not bad, honestly. Trundle is another good idea here, just because Trundle is your ticket to killing these things. So keeping Trundle alive.
Oh, Arcane Chili going a little bit too far
Flash
forward
not
for the
available.
CS pillar. Not quite going to do what you want. They're just going to be forced to run away from the beefcake.
Yeah, when that volley bear gets on you, it's a guarantee. You are not surviving. It's like bot side Silenced is looking for the cage. Not quite going to find it onto Domination, as Domination squeaks right on out of there. I'm not ahead of you, by the way. That was predictive casting. Silence now in big trouble. Gonna get dropped. Absolutely dropped. Goes over to Domination, interestingly enough, as Fallen Warrior has had enough to eat. Gonna be kind to the teammates.
He's too full. He's not hungry anymore.
Yeah, it's really tough being a bear, you know,
Yeah. Did you
eating
hear about that
everything,
one bear
marauding
ate the
across
tank,
the map.
who's actually several bears? Ooh, Demonic
Yeah.
Sombra are going to be a little bit of trouble. Exhaust going to be committed, but there goes the ultimate. We're going to see what they can get done. Q doing quite a bit of damage, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Garen does not have Demacian Justice. So this is just going to be a straight-up slap fight. Demonic Sombra looking to do it. Shield coming out from the Thresh. Just not available, but he's spun to one enough.
Yeah, nice execution there. Good switching of the aggro, and I see what you're saying now. Demonic Sombra is definitely getting strong enough to take maybe one of them on, but when both of them together are working him down, it's definitely going to be their advantage. You see a little bit of setup on this bottom side. 2 minutes for the Dragon. This will be sole for victory. And it might just spell victory for them if they manage to pick it up. So it's very, very important that they get there early and get that set up. The Herald is going to drop the top tower in the meantime. That might be okay for Demonic Sombra, as they're just going to get a lot of minions crashing in a pretty safe part of the map.
Okay, no, Lily Reaper gonna be in trouble yet again. Polymorph will buy you a little bit of time, but Volibear just gonna commit the ultimate chomp. But now 3 people are gonna collapse onto Fallen Warrior. You're just gonna have to run. Pillar, I don't think it's been just quite committed by Zenquit. Fallen Warrior just gonna look to flash over that drag pit, get to safety.
Honestly, that might have been a good play from Lily. It's got the flash, got the ultimate, and they're going to be able to respawn and set up down here in time for Dragon.
Yeah. Now Fallen Warrior looking to go again. There goes the Event Horizon. Those Silence are just going to be taken out. Way too much damage coming out here. That's a dead Trundle.
A really clean execution and commitment from the side of Victory. They are going to get a mid tower as their reward and probably have priority on this next Drake spawn.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking rough. For
It's
low-tier
definitely looking
gods.
rough.
It's
11,000 they are trying to
lead.
dive here.
Yeah, okay, this could be their ticket. Demonic Sombra staying alive for quite some time, but it's just not quite there.
Finally, Lily Reaper gets something back as a pretty good shutdown goes over. Tower does go down. That's 2 mid turrets on that push. They did sacrifice their Garen and potentially a little bit of space on this Dragon, as it will be spawning in 18 seconds before the Garen respawns. It is a 4v5. We'll see how they manage to get into this fight.
Yeah. Control of the jungle being maintained quite well by Victory here.
Late to the party are MF and Lulu, still in the base, and this is not something they can afford to just give up.
Nope. Especially since they don't really have any meaningful anti-heal right now. All they have is a Bramble Vest on the Naxxus.
See MF here, big MF ulti could turn this fight, but the Dragon's already gone down.
Dragon is gone, bullet time not used, and now you need anti-heal.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, you need a miracle to get back in this one. This is looking pretty dire. But I think they can pull it off if they manage to scale out. It's just a matter of time. Speaking of, we're going to take a look at the stacks. It's almost 400 stacks for that Naxxus, getting really, really ramped up, and 120 stacks for the Vigar. So I think if they manage to get that like 600-ish stack number for that Naxxus, it's going to start looking like one-shots. And that's kind of the territory they need to be in to come back from here.
It's I like the look actually. Jungle camps I think give maybe increased stacks. I
They
know
do
I've
give
seen-
increased stacks.
Yep. Oh, flash onto the turret. Good Event Horizon. Gonna be able to keep Silence alive for now, but this Garen is just so tanky.
How terrifying was that? Your like near-death experience, you know? It's like Exist is gonna pick up the turret. Zenquit really doesn't have the damage to kill him, but the combo might. Never mind.
No,
It's
yeah,
not
that's
happening.
just going to be a dead little Vigar. Oh, an auto on the minions, maybe not what you wanted there. Shirelli is going to be committed. They're going to go fast. Spin to win happening. Just going to get deleted. The might of Demacian justice rains down upon his foes.
And really sad moment there for Silenced, as the Silence, ironically, prevents the ultimate from coming through. And denies a kill there onto Exist Gaming. Would have been a nice shutdown to pick up. I think important to note that TTV Exist Gaming has all of the deaths for the side of Victory, and still has a shutdown.
Yep. We are just going to get a barred up siege here onto the towers. See, ooh, those Qs hurt. 9 assists on this Xerath. No kills
it's
for
looking
himself.
rough. You see the Demonic Sombra Naxxus trying to take this fight onto Fallen Warrior, but they're going to find out pretty quick that Garen was not the only one that got really fed from the early game.
Beefy
and
boy
Fallen Warrior
versus
can
Beefy
definitely win
boy,
this.
it's looking okay, but the Naxxus ult will expire soon, and it is not going to be enough.
Yeah, that's a tough look, especially when you're kind of relying on that Naxxus to get back in this game. See, maybe Archangeline has something to say about it with a big MF ulti in the next fight. They do have that Vigar cage to set it all up.
Event Horizon is a powerful tool, but so is 15,000 gold. As 2 of your inhibitors are now down, Baron pushing into the base. What can you do to keep yourself alive? Okay,
Here's
the
the
final
angle.
stun. Ivy, Anylane not going to go down.
Good
Forced to
flash.
commit the flash, though. This might just route the push and keep them alive for now.
Yeah, what they need is time, and that's going to buy a little. See, they move down to the spot side. A smart maneuver from Victory. They're looking to pick up this inhibitor and close out the game. They have the Baron, they have the Soul. Now all they need is extra kills.
Yeah, they're looking for it. X-Ball and Warrior X does get shut down by the Primordial Burst. This could be the turn they're looking for. Zenquit going forward, having used the Subjugate, does have some resistances, but the Ignite will dissuade them, and they're just not tanky enough yet.
Yeah, and they aren't going to find the Nexus on that push a little bit longer, bought for the side, for the red side here. Moving forward into this game, I think they have a shot still. The Soul is off the table. So that's kind of a weight lifted off your mind, right? I mean, everybody's been in these spots, you know, these really difficult to win games, and you're looking for a way back in. But sometimes it's a kind of a relief when one of the win cons is off the table and you just don't have to worry about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's only the epic objectives now, Baron, Elder, and the Nexus, right?
Yeah, only.
Yeah. So, you know, maybe it's a little bit simplified for them. They just get the minion waves and they try to play the best that they can.
Mm-hmm. Interesting to see. Still, it's so hard though. They're still working on getting their second items, whereas we see 1, 2, 3 items completed, for example, for that vein.
Yeah, that's looking pretty strong, and still has the colon inventory, even though it's been completed for quite a long time now. Respect.
Yeah.
Oh, good flash, avoiding the W and hook.
Zenquit, though, gets
stun
condemned
land.
into the wall, gets stunned up, and that's most certainly going to be good night, Troll. As the Silver Bolts land, Subjugate cannot save you here. Open Nexus is now the order of the day. Burst damage coming in from this Assassin Volley Bear, for lack of a better term. Bullet time will not save you, and the series will go to victory. Look at it.
Considered a reverse sweep.
When did Riot let us program in the names? Huh?
Wait, say that again?
When did Riot let us program in the names? It says victory on the screen. They won.
Oh, yes.
Yes, F. Dingus, the game is still going. It just finished. As Victory won that, right?
I don't want to say anything now that you
Blue
said
side-
that. It just hurt me.
Blue side won it. Blue side won it. Yeah.
Blue side won it. Yeah, victory. Victory got the victory.
I don't know why. Whenever I go to make the decision, my brain always just shuts off.
Yeah, it's hard, right? And then everybody makes fun of me for messing it up one time. Yeah.
Well,
Nobody thought about it. Like, how does he feel? You know?
I'm tired.
I am too. I think we skipped the interview. Sorry, Victory.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Hey, Zenova, who's the hunk? We'll at least do that. We'll
Yeah,
say
we
who
could
the
do
hunk
that.
is.
If you redeem these, by the way, make sure you let us know what it is that you're trying to get us to do. Because we're totally down to do it if we see it.
Who's the hunk? Who's the hunk? Who's the hunk?
Let's just give Zenova Zenova's the hunk,
Zenova's the hunk? Alright, Zenova's the hunk. There you go.
and will henceforth be referred to as the hunk.
Alright, Mighty. I'm going to take us out with the classic phrase that I always like to say. And do you know what that is?
I'm ready for it.
Try putting carrots in your marinara sauce.
Stop. Don't do this.